live and everyone can hear me.
They can hear me too, and I went to the screen that I changed it. And now we are there, and we are live, because I'm calling it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Level Unlocked podcast, episode 24.
The musical edition.
Exactly. That's 3 weeks in a row that we've had a theme song.
Yeah, it is.
I like it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the podcast Unlocked Level 23 episode, 24 episode. I'm changing around. It is episode 24.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the Kobe Bryant of episodes.
I was thinking for a second. I was like, is it 23 or 24? Is
No, I said it wrong. I was trying to play it off. Hopefully, no one heard me. No, welcome to the Level Unlocked podcast. I am Jeremy, Capn _Geech 15 on everything. Capn Geech 15 on the gram of the Insta. We have special guest once again. Welcome back, Mr. Nathaniel James. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What it do? As you said, I'm Nate. YF Kitsune for everything else except Instagram. Instagram is STXNate or StrikeXNate. The whole StrikeX thing I talked about last time, but mini intro is I help run a small esports team. Working on social media stuff. Gonna be streaming soon. Getting a PC soon. So, gonna try to up that whole presence kind of thing on the internet.
And my screen is the big fat blob in the middle. I don't know
Yeah,
if...
he's a
yeah,
big blob in the middle of my
video
screen too.
Doesn't want to work, so you
What's
just get to hear my voice.
So do you like see us?
Fantoma?
Yeah. I don't have a new header from the designer yet for StrikeX, so that's kind of just what it is right now.
Oh, like your old logo. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I used to be Fantoma, which was just Romanian for phantasm.
I like it.
But yeah, I can see you guys just fine. But like
Okay.
my video just keeps spinning.
Nah, it's all good.
But here's the real question: can you see Kirby in the corner here just fine?
No, I can't actually.
I got Kirby hanging out right here in the corner. Walker, you could probably see him.
I can see it. His screen,
Yeah,
his screen cuts. Like,
yeah, it
parts
probably
of
cuts
it
a
off.
good amount. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
make
see,
it-
I'm on a mobile, so
Yeah, it'll cut it off. And always, Mr. Perfect Attendance himself,
It's the only time
Mr.
I've ever gotten perfect attendance in my life.
Mr. People I Hate Studios, Mr. James People I Hate 10 on the Twitter. And
Hello.
Mr. Jeffrey Splash Screen Gaming Schroeder. For those
He's
who
not
don't
on
know,
a flight anymore. He's here.
yes,
We're
he's
gonna do
actually
stuff.
in Erie, Pennsylvania as we speak. He just landed a couple minutes ago, so he is probably going to his sister's house because that's where he said it was picking him up. So I'm assuming that's where he's going to be. But if you are listening and you are in Erie, hit him up, hit James up. They're going to be going out partying like it's 1999, baby.
We're gonna
James
take
wasn't
some
really
horses to the Old Town Road.
exactly. James was like 2 in 1999, but nevertheless.
No, it wasn't.
I know, I'm just making. Okay, like 4, nevertheless.
Yeah. It's like 4.
I was 2 in
1999.
I was like, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure Nate was younger than James. I was like,
Yeah, I remember 1994 and I remember 2000.
there you go. And me as the old time veteran.
You're fucking like 300 years old, right?
In 23 days, I'll be the big 3-0, August 1st.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's coming up close. I asked Nicole what we're doing, and she said nothing. So I was like, "Oh, that's fun."
Ooh, is James vaping again?
I am.
got-
It's just at home for the podcast.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
I
what-
don't feel like lighting up a cigarette.
exactly. So, anyways, let's start with Mr. James. No, I guess I can't say Mr. James. There's 2 of them. Let's
It's just like Best Buy all over again.
let's start with Nate, man. How's it going? How you been over the last couple weeks? How's everything going? And how's life?
Life ain't too bad. Relationship side of life, pretty darn good. Everything's going well. Pretty happy. Just got a full-time position at Best Buy now, so
Nice.
Congratulations.
that's pretty tight. Thank you.
Still got that nut
Smart
button,
home
James?
expert.
You gotta get the nut salute for that full-time up. There you go.
Had to look around
But yeah,
for it.
fucking, it's been all right. I can't complain too much. So doesn't really mean much to anybody, but I finally got an air conditioner after living in my house for 13 years. So
Oh, trust me, that
Yeah,
means
I
a
got
lot.
You got the same air conditioner that I did.
the Insignia.
No, oh, you got the Insignia one. I got the Frigidaire.
Oh,
The Insignia we got for a nice price. So
that's good.
it works great.
I got the Frigidaire for a nice price too. So
That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, when I lived in Dubois, when we first started this traveling thing, we lived in a place with no AC in midsummer, so that was rough. And so yeah, I bought two AC units. I bought the Insignia and the Frigidaire.
Nice.
And of course, and now they're both fucking sitting in storage because I don't need them.
Yep.
Fair enough.
It's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
I'm sure Walker, everywhere that you live has everywhere that you've lived in the past like year.
Oh yeah,
has had
Texas
AC.
and here, 100%. I don't think I have seen places here. Not to take over your time, Nate, but
You're good.
What time?
I have
Oh,
seen
really?
houses.
We're on the clock here.
I know we are,
Time
right?
is a construct.
You only have a very specific amount of time to talk. If you
We're
go
very structured.
if you go past that time, the giant buzzer goes off and music starts playing like it's the Academy
giant
Awards.
The giant nut goes off.
I did see a house that was up for rent that had AC units in the windows, and I was like,
oh wow.
I was like, yeah, okay, it's AC, but I would still expect places like most places to have central air.
Centro's like top tier.
Yeah.
Man, legit.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? How's everything else been other than work? What you got going on in the personal life? I know you talked about trying to get a computer and stuff like that. So how's that all?
So, I just have to figure out exactly what I want, and like that's what we for the people out there. That's what we were talking about quite a bit beforehand.
You
when I
mean
had
we talk
popped in.
off of the podcast?
What?
Oh
That
yeah,
doesn't
you know,
happen.
it's- I know it's wild that people converse outside of the internet.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I'm just trying to figure out what's best for me, and like not even best for me, just what's going to work, because I do plan on streaming a lot, moderate to heavy streaming. I want to start playing a lot of CS:GO because that just seemed like a lot of fun. I want to surf. I really want to surf.
Surf?
Like
Oh, the
CS:GO
CS:GO surfing.
Mainly just I don't know, get my shit together and start playing video games and try to maybe make something from it.
I like it.
So Walker, you look extremely confused when we said surfing.
Yeah, I don't know what that meant. Like, is it like a surfing simulator, or is it like part of a game?
So yeah, James probably can explain it better.
Okay, so in CS:GO, all right, there's like a whole since it's so modder friendly.
Yeah.
There's a whole subsection of maps and like of the game that's called surfing maps, where basically you have your knife and the goal isn't to kill people, it's just to get to the end of the level by running on these, like slopes and stuff and jumping. It's platforming. It's basically just like you played Mirror's Edge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, think of kind of like Mirror's Edge, but without any of the complexity of the like movement mechanics. And
Are they
stuff
kind of
like
like
that.
death runs almost, in a sense?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Just don't let that fool you though. When he says without complexities, a lot of these things get real fucking difficult.
Yeah, but like
Gotcha.
control-wise, the complexity of the
absolutely.
controls.
Okay, that makes
You're not
sense.
like trying to battle and shit. You're just trying to get point A to point B
I
without.
gotcha.
dying.
Hey, you never know. There's so many simulators out there now. I was like, oh, there's a surfing one. That's kind of cool. Because there's a fucking open world fishing. Well, no, a boating one.
That's true.
Where you literally sail across the ocean, on a boat, and you literally can run into storms and shit. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Me, James, and Miller played the most boringest fucking game ever in life. A goddamn fishing simulator, fishing world or whatever the fuck it was called. Remember,
I can buy virtual surfing right now on Steam for $20.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, they're like, hey Walker, download this fishing game. I was like, okay.
Fishing Planet.
Yeah, so I did. I was like, oh, it was so bad. So me and James at one point decided to post our spam the chats with other people in the world with our Twitter pages and shit, our Twitch
I
pages.
told him to check out my SoundCloud.
Nice.
I don't have a SoundCloud.
No one responded or reacted to anything that we said, but it was still funny.
No, one person did. He was like, "Nah."
But yeah, that game was so bad. I'm like, oh my god, this is like literally people were sitting here, like around a pond fishing.
Mm-hmm.
I was
It's
like,
the
Nice.
most accurate fishing simulation I've played
oh, it was
Sega-
super accurate, but I'm just like, fuck, man.
since Virtual Fishing on the Sega Dreamcast.
It's like, son of a bitch. But no, that's awesome. Then whenever you are able to get that stuff and get into the
Yeah, it's just
streaming world.
the only other thing I have to get is a desk. Because I have a computer chair, I got everything else. I just need a desk.
If you want to go cheap, I got a table from Walmart for $5. It's the
There you
perfect height.
What?
Yeah, it's this black table.
Good thing you're wearing pants this time, Walker.
I know. It's this little black table for $5 at Walmart. It is the perfect
Are you
height.
able to use 2 monitors?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
shit,
don't know.
okay.
Is he?
And I technically can mount a third one if I wanted to. There was actually studs here on my wall,
Oh,
where
nice.
someone actually had a TV mounted.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was $10.
Hey,
It does. It's not
can't
the
beat that.
prettiest thing in the world, but
People aren't looking at it.
exactly. So
The other thing I need to figure out is what I'm gonna get for like headset wise. Right now, I just have a pair of Sennheisers on there.
it's so hard because you ask anybody,
Sennheisers.
everybody has their own opinion as to what's best. They really do, and honestly, it depends how much you want to spend. Like,
Yeah,
don't
I
you
mean,
guys
these ones
ask-
are like $50. I feel like that's fair to start with.
Why don't you guys ask me my opinion on headphones?
well, you got
What's
like
your
personal
opinion,
grade
James?
shit.
Fuck off! You don't use headphones, fuckers. Get a real setup, losers.
That's true. Professional headset, not headphones.
Oh, like what I meant was like their
He's just
their
being a
studio
dick.
Sennheisers.
Yeah, I was just being a dick.
Oh, okay.
The
I was gonna say,
proper term is a headset, not headphones.
Oh,
Well, no, you don't. You don't even get a headset to stream. You get like an actual setup.
Like
Yeah, I'm getting the
With the mic and
Sennheiser
everything.
Studio headphones and
I love
HyperX
Sennheisers.
Quadcast.
I love Sennheisers.
like I have like James has an actual like mic setup and everything, like a legit one. I have the Yeti mic but whenever I decide to actually spend the money and get the boomstick and the whatever the fuck that pad thing is called.
The pop
A
filter.
condenser?
The condenser. I'm gonna reset up my my Yeti mic and use that because it's so much better quality.
Yo, like $15 on Amazon.
Yeah, I was
Like
looking.
one's meant for the Yeti.
The reason why I have this is because I use it for work as well. But
That's
if
why
you're,
you're going bald.
yeah, I know, it fucking is too. I got a haircut and it literally showed it off worse. I'm so mad. I thought shaving my head will make my bald head not show up as much. No, it makes it worse. It's like, motherfucker. But I have the Astro 250s or whatever.
Okay.
They're the $250 headset, but obviously some people don't want to spend that much. We don't get them for that much, but because
A40s, right?
yeah, the A40s, that's what it is. Not the 250s, A40, that's what it is. The higher end version, but I only got these because of work.
I got you.
Otherwise, I would have like what James has, which is a physical headset, and then he has the mic separate.
Well, I mean, technically you can use that for work, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, realistic, I could. Just unplugging it and replugging it would suck ass. And this has, like, these are detachable,
Okay.
and I can take off this and then make it into an actual headset if I wanted to, without
Nice.
the walkie piece. I just don't.
I remember working at GameStop. I would see kids all the time with like their Afterglow headsets just walk in,
Oh no!
listening to music. I'm like, what losers?
The headset I used before this was the Plantronics. It was a wireless set.
Did you hate it?
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't my favorite. I didn't. For the price, you couldn't beat it. I had a switch because we. Oh, why did I switch? Oh, that's when I wanted to start gaming, and we had this envision that we were gonna connect all of our shit to our PlayStation, and we never did. So I exchanged my headset because you can't use wireless headsets on a PlayStation and stream at the same time without having some fucking crazy ass setup.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you have to have the Elgato cable. You have to have like 8 different cables and shit. So me and Miller bought the cables, and I exchanged my headset, and we fucking connect everything to our computer.
Yep.
And we don't use the PlayStation to talk. It's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, because I use this.
Yeah, because James was.
I wanted the fucking different one.
He didn't want to conform to society. He's like, no fuckers.
Sorry for trying to have good quality.
He was like, no.
For subpar content.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not conforming, fuckers. You guys gotta suck it up. So we just fucking use Discord anyways. So I'm like, why the fuck did I exchange my headphones? Whatever. It's a better headphone anyways, but I could have saved a bunch of money by keeping the ones that I had. Nevertheless. So James,
what have you been playing? Nate? What have you been playing?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm messing around. Well, okay. So what I was trying to be playing and would like to be playing is Final Fantasy 14, but no, server congestion's a thing. So that's
Wait about
fine.
a month. Wait about a month.
Yeah.
It'll be back down.
The problem with that is that's the end of my free trial portion.
Dude, me and James fucking ran into that shit when we started.
He's playing on the same server as we are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Marlboro.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we were so pissed. Like, we made our characters and we're like... James was like, Walker. I was like, what? None of these servers are accepting new people.
Were you trying to play Aether?
Yep.
And I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, we have to back out of all this. Not realizing we can port our character over. We're like,
right.
We're going to have to fucking remake our character, aren't we? And he was like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? And then come to find out we didn't, but it was just the funniest thing. We were so mad. But no,
Yep.
I think we got to like, no, it was literally, we did every server.
Yep.
That we could. And then finally the very last one let us in.
Yeah, Marlboro.
Yeah.
Let us in.
Yeah, he tried so many. He's like, nope. It's like, fuck, man. We literally bought this game and we can't even fucking play.
I feel that.
It's a fun game.
Like, I have my Makote that I could use, but I would rather be using my Aurora Lancer.
No, it was fun though. It was funny though because when we started off, we have 2 different completely experiences to start the game. Like, originally I thought we were on the same like planet type concept, and nope.
Yeah, I mean we are, yeah.
Well, we are, but it's different starting areas. I picked the human, so I got sent to like a beautiful castle type area where everyone was grateful and like greeting me and telling me thank you. James picked. What did you pick?
I picked the Fishman.
Yeah, like this big ass dude, and he got sent to like a fucking pirate world, and everyone's telling him to go fuck off.
Pretty much.
What?
Hey, yeah, this one dude's like, when I get off the boat, after Todd Howard's like, oh, you're finally awake. I go off on the boat, and there's a guard there, and he's just like, yeah, welcome to such and such land. Enjoy your. It's pretty nice here, except just don't, just don't be at the bars after night. You will get shanked. But other than that, it's fine.
And then he got told don't go to the other place because he's gonna die immediately or something like that. Like, his was super dark, and mine was so upbeat. It was the funniest thing.
Nice.
It was a good game though.
No, it's solid. Other than that, I mean, Apex mainly. What else have I been messing around on? Let's see what my home screen looks like. Apex. Oh, my girlfriend had happened to have gotten me Shadow of War, so I've been playing that for my story-driven game.
Nice.
Motherfucker, play RE4.
I just.
I beat. So we're finally done with the Let's Play. I'll let you borrow it.
Okay. Other than that, just waiting for Borderlands 3, kind of slowly meandering through Borderlands 2 after I finished the preseason.
I always forget I fucking had that on my PlayStation.
I got the Handsome Collection for free because of what I think it was May's free games or June's.
Yeah, it was something like that. I downloaded it, and I forget that I have that.
I bought a physical copy of that a month before it came out. On
No.
PSN.
He got screwed so many times. He bought the game, it came free. He bought The Sims. 3 days later, they gave it away for free. He pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII, the remake. A week later, it was on sale for like $20 off. Every time you buy something or pre-order something, like a week or a couple days later, like even like the next day, something happens and it's like super on sale or free.
Damn. The only other thing I'll say I'm trying to say is Division, but I still can't seem to get into that game. No matter what I do, I can't say I enjoy playing that game.
I feel ya. I was the same way with the Division. I had like some people that would play. I had people at work con me into playing it. So I bought it. We played it maybe like 4 times, and then we stopped.
Right, like honestly, like I can definitely say one of the greatest game trailers of all time is the Division's trailer.
Oh yeah.
But the game just did not hold up.
No, it didn't. Not at all.
This is Lincoln.
No.
But yeah, now I'm just waiting for Frost. Iceborne, that's what I'm waiting for. That's the word.
Yeah, I can't wait for Iceborne 2.
James
did you
beat
play
it
the
like
beta?
within a freaking hour.
Yeah. Did you play the beta?
I
at
didn't
all?
get to play, no, because when I came back, it had just ended. Because I was at my girlfriend's for that weekend because they were
you're
in
right.
St. Louis, and I was watching the house. And yep, I come back and I get fucked because HughesNet out there does not like anything. Period.
Nope. Yeah, no. It's really good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a lot of really good changes to it. But it still stays true to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World, I should say. And it made me really feel like a new player again, discovering how to fight these monsters. It was some of the funnest time I've had with Monster Hunter World in a while.
Hell yeah.
So James, how's your week in ship been?
So let me start this off with a little story. It was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I'm at work. It's boring. It's pretty dead. I look at my phone, and I get a text in my little text group on with me, Jeff, and Walker here. I get a text message that goes, here, let me pull it up real quick. Yo, Jeff, would you want to do the podcast Monday so you could chill at James's house and do one in person with him, or are you passing this week?
Put in context, I never asked James. I never talked about it, so I'm just like,
Yeah,
hey, let's just ask Schroeder what he wants to do. Completely ignoring James.
So I do the responsible thing and reply, excuse me? And, well, Jeff replies, he's like, yeah, I'm down. And then Walker texts back, hey, James, Jeff is coming over. And then we talk about Slumber Party, Butt Stuff Mania.
Oh.
And then we talk about his flight. Yeah. So, Walker here invited Jeff over to my place, without my knowledge. So that's pretty rad.
Neato.
So that's pretty rad. I I mean, he could have just asked me, and I probably would have said no right to his face. But you know, yeah, there was that. I wouldn't have said no. I love Jeff. He's welcome at my place anytime. Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of games, and by a lot of games, I mean a lot of games.
Really?
Yeah. Mario Maker 2. I've been playing. I picked that up.
Nice.
That game is not for me, but it's super fun. I am absolutely fucking terrible at 2D Mario games. Like, the worst. I figured I'd pick it up, like, oh, I have a little bit of fun. And then, like, you know, half hour later, I'm like, I want to snap my fucking Switch in half. Because I'm fucking trash at this. I'm like, I'm playing the goddamn story mode, motherfuckers. I'm playing the story mode, and I'm getting wrecked.
So what's the story mode? Just random maps?
So you got the biggest case of bad doggo ever. So everyone's standing around the castle, the Princess Peach's castle, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we finally built Princess Peach's castle." Oh no! Look at that rocket pad square that someone left there. Uh-oh, what are we gonna do? And then a little doggo comes up, and he goes, "Bork, bork, motherfuckers," and then jumps on the rocket square, and a rocket comes flying and blows up the castle.
Oh God!
And everyone's like, "Oh no, we have to rebuild the castle, but we ran out of funds. What are we gonna do?" And Mario's like, "Don't worry, fam. I'll put it on my card." And so you have to go through all the different levels to, you know, probably because Mario's in heavy debt right now because, you know, castle can't come cheap. So he has to go through the world and collect coins and stuff and do like different missions.
Are these maps that people made up, or is it separate?
These ones are separate. These are Nintendo made ones.
Oh, okay.
And they're all like great. I mean, they're fun. They're like they're perfectly good to help you get into the mechanics of the game. Some of them are absolutely bullshit, and I fucking hate them. Like one of them is you can't jump or leave the ground.
Oh Jesus! Or you die.
Yeah. So that sucks. No, you don't die. You still go on, but you can't beat them. Like, you can't get, like, a mission clear.
That's fucked.
So it's basically like, oh, I dropped, like, a half a centimeter. Well, better run off and yeet myself off this ledge.
That sucks.
Yeah. Then there's one where there's these, like claws that can pick you up and you can swing on them. One of them's like, oh, don't get picked up by the claws. All right, easy enough, right? No. It's an ice level. It's a complete ice level, so you're just slipping and sliding everywhere.
That's
trying to
not
duck.
great.
Yeah, no, I hate it. The fucking doggo gave me that quest. Fucking asshole, bad dog.
How hard are the man-made ones?
Oh my god, I don't even want to get started.
They're probably ungodly hard.
So, the fact that I still have a Nintendo Switch in one piece kind of shows. Like, it's a miracle.
That's funny.
At this point. I bought a game on the Switch as well. I bought this game called Robonaut.
Oh?
It was 19 cents, so I said, why not?
There you go.
It's basically you play as a robot and you have to... So think about Mario Galaxy, okay? Where Mario Galaxy is, you know, you jump between the planets and that kind of stuff. Robonauts is kind of like that. But it's 2D, and you're a robot and you have to kill, like, these aliens. You have to kill, like, these aliens. And
Okay.
you jump between the different planets. That's about it. I mean, it's nothing too special. Only like 12 levels. It took me like half a second to beat it. It wasn't anything special. I played Senran Kagura Revival, a game that I've had on my Switch for like 3 months now. 3 to 6 months now. That game made me feel dirty.
Oh, that's that.
That's the one that I have all those pictures in the Discord. You didn't even see the weird one when I brought out the massager.
For those who don't know, we have it's the Capn Logs Discord. Essentially, it's where we all go and hang out and chat. And James posted pictures of the game, and
that's where I post my creepy porn games.
Tell them what happened when random people showed up.
About
Not random people, but when unexpected people showed up and viewed the images. Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy.
I post it in the Discord. I'm posting these pictures. I'm basically shit posting these pictures while I'm talking with Walker here. And I'm like, oh man, look at this. This is fucking crazy. Or like, oh man, my eyes need some bleach. This is weird. Why is there a porn game on the Switch? So
one of the pictures is a girl with like her crotch in the air and like legs, and it's just
one of our buddies, our good buddies, Aimright, decided to hop in on the Discord at the worst possible time. He goes, dude, that's it. That's all that he posts. And I go, it's a game called Senran Kagura Revival, or something, whatever the game is. It's on the Nintendo Switch, and it's basically a porn game. And then Jeremy Miller joins in. And he's like, looks like someone's getting some. And I'm like, you know it. All that anime stuff. It gets really weird. Like one of them, so basically it's really hard to explain this video game.
It is.
So this one girl named Asuka, she is like, come here into the classroom. I want to talk to you about something. So you're in school, you're in an empty classroom, and she's like, oh, the feelings though, I've never felt this way before. I don't understand what's going on. And it's like, bitch, you got like gigantic titties. You obviously know what's going on. This isn't the first time this has happened. I played the other games. So she's like, here, I want you to hold my hands. So basically, your level select in the game is you have to rub different parts of her hands. So like you can rub her palms, her pinky, ring finger, index finger, middle finger, and thumb. And that will transport you to different levels. Where she's like, oh, I'm very scantily clad right now. Hey, do you want to massage me? So you massage her in different places. And rinse and repeat, and that's the video game. And then she finally goes, I love you. And it's like, well, fucking thank you. Finally. Took you goddamn long enough. This has been 15 minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
And it was so funny because it was like the most inconvenient time. I literally got off Discord after this conversation, and then Aimright hops on, like completely missing. All he sees is these couple pictures of this animated girl in very inappropriate situations with fake hands, like next to her parts and stuff.
I think one of them, I sent a picture of her in like a schoolgirl outfit.
Yep.
And I put there, I was like, these hips do not, or like these hips refuse to lie. And she just got like these giant like badonkadonk hips.
It's just the funniest thing because like all the contacts out of that were completely gone. There's someone coming into the stream and looking at it like, what?
What the fuck's
and
going
then
on?
Miller and then Miller hops on the same thing. James is texting me. He's like, dude, fucking Aimright just got on and saw and looked at that. It's like an instance where like you caught with your pants down. It's like, I don't know what to say. And then literally right away Miller comes on as well. And he's like, dude, fucking Miller hopped on now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like he knew some weird, my fucking creepy anime bullshit was happening on Discord. It's like he knew. He has like a sixth sense for that shit.
That was funny.
Because he did the same thing when I was playing Galgun.
Yep. Oh my god. He did. He was like, what the fuck is going on? It's pretty much the same concept with
No, it's a different concept.
Well, it's very different with very.
You have to shoot pheromones at high school girls to get them away from you.
I thought it was middle school.
No, it's high school.
Oh, that's what
you
it was.
shoot because middle school would be weird.
Yeah.
High school girls, you have to shoot them with pheromones so their pussies get so wet that they don't want to fuck you anymore.
And they basically go ah, and they make the noises too.
Yeah.
And
then
James
like
is posting pictures of it.
Then you can do like a all-screen kill attack where you just basically fondle them. Pretty much. I'm like the entire time I'm like, what am I even doing with my life right now?
And me and James have a screen share, so I'm watching James's screen. And Miller hops on. He was like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Don't ask. Just don't ask." Oh, good times.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is weird. Usually I keep this stuff to myself, but I guess I feel comfortable enough around you guys to share my fucking apparently weird porn, like faux porn games.
Well, me and you it makes sense. Other people might be like,
yeah, I guess.
Other people might be like, what the fuck's going on? Me and you it makes sense. You gotta get on that action, James. Exactly.
Yeah.
How's everything else going?
Other than that, Judgment. Fuck Judgment.
Yeah.
Fucking Judgment. Whoo, boy, that game is fantastic.
What's that?
I am loving. So, Judgment is a new game by Ryu Gakukan Studios. They're the people that made Yakuza, the Yakuza series. This one takes place in 2018 in the city of Kamurocho, which all the Yakuza games take place in. And basically, you are a former lawyer who turned private investigator. And your whole mission, the whole overarching story is you have to find someone called the Mole who is killing people, like just randomly murdering certain people by gouging their eyes out. And it's a really good, like, just crime drama. And we actually have a little bit of Yakuza news later on. But it's a really good crime drama, and I am absolutely in love with it, like all the other Yakuza games.
Yeah, I was watching some of the gameplay, and he just fucking kicks the shit out of people.
Oh,
like, it's not
fantastic.
Even fair. Like, he just annihilates them.
I don't know if you're watching, Walker, but I think I've reached the best goddamn thing I've ever seen in the game series, in any of the Yakuza games. So, alright, so there's your main story. This is true with all the Yakuza games. You have your main story that is extremely, extremely serious. Like, no jokes. There is murder going on. There's a guy who doesn't really murder people, but he basically murders people. Side tangent here.
I love that explanation.
Kazuma's a fucking murderer, but he doesn't actually murder anyone. The main character of the Yakuza games is not a murderer, but he murders a bunch of people.
So he's like Light from Death Note.
Kind of.
Okay.
But, like, he physically, like, single-handedly, like, just murders them with his own hands, but he doesn't, though.
I don't understand.
He fucking blows up a helicopter in, like, Yakuza 2, and the helicopter just explodes. But no, he's never killed anyone before.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
There's like a move that you can do in Yakuza 6 where if you have a knife equipped and you have enough of, like, essentially like your special gauge filled, you can take the knife, stab it into a dude, like, in his stomach, and he's like, and then you grab the dude by the shoulders and knee the knife into him even more.
Nice.
Oof.
Yeah, or like the one where you pop the guy with a gun like 5 times in the stomach and then take the butt of the gun and bash his face in. But no, he's completely fine. He's gonna get up.
Oh, yeah.
Completely fine. Or when Judgment, where I just yeet a guy off of a fucking 3-story building. He's cool. He's completely fine. But no, they never kill anyone. That would be bad. In Yakuza 6, there's like a big story beat near the end of the game, and same with Kiwami 2 and 2, where Kiryu's like, all right, I have to kill this motherfucker. And everyone's like, no, Kiryu, you've never killed anyone before. Don't do it now. That's how you became king of this town. By not killing anyone. It's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. I love it. But anyway, in Yakuza, the main story is completely serious. Like serious crime, like gang drama. And then you have the side missions where, hey, I just bowled a turkey in bowling. Now I get a chicken that's a part of my real estate business.
I remember you telling me about that.
So, I always... The beginning parts of Judgment was completely different from that. Everything was, like, deadpan serious. Like, oh, hey, there's, the main story is like, oh, these people are getting murdered. I need to figure out who done it. Or, like, here's this side case that I can take, where it's like, oh, this man is actually, like, cheating on his wife that he's been with for, like, 50 years. And it's, like, fucking complete seriousness. Then you get, like,
great.
Then you get weird ones, like, hey, I'm an idol. I'm just walking down the street and this fucking wig flies past me, and this one bald guy just runs up. He's like, "Help me catch my hat!" And the main character, Yagami's like, "What hat?" Then my hat, it's flying right there. So you get him. Turns out he's a pop idol, and he's like, "I can't be seen without my hat." But I probably saw one of the best things ever. So there's a restaurant in the game that you can go to called Ikanari Steak. So you go in there and you eat some food and you walk out and you get a quest that pops up. It's like a friendship quest. You can make friends in the game. So the friendship quest pops up and it's this one guy dressed as a chef that's like, "Hey, how did you enjoy your meal?" Yagami's like, "It was great. 10 out of 10. The guy goes, well, how do you think that we do it? Do you want to know the secret to how we make our steak so juicy? And Yagami goes, sure. It's a technique we call fresh. I forget what it's called. But he tells us it's like so we can make it or fresh aging. We fresh age our meat so it never touches the freezer, so you get the most juicy experience. And Yagami goes, wow, and you can do all this? You can get such tasty steaks at a reasonable price? How can that be? So it basically goes on for a few minutes. And this one guy comes up. This one businessman comes up. He's running, and he's just like, he looks at the guy dressed in the chef's outfit. He goes, Mr. President, I need you to get back. The board meeting's about to happen. We need you back at the office. And he goes, oh, sorry, I guess I got a little carried away. I didn't lost track of time. And Yagami goes, wow, you're the president of this company? He goes, you sure? I sure am. Mind you, right behind this motherfucker is on the building of this restaurant is a picture of this motherfucker cutting some steak, smiling. Do a little fact check here. Do a little research. Ikanari Steak is an actual legitimate chain of steak restaurants in both Japan and New York City.
Nice.
They have 3 locations in New York City, and the guy you were talking to is actually a full. They basically brought the actual president of that company into the studio to get fully 3D modeled.
Nice.
Wow.
So it looks just like him.
Oh, that's
So
pretty cool.
pretty fucking much. You have a 10-minute ad for this steak company in my Yakuza game.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's the best.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's the best. I
It's
love
the
Yakuza.
best.
I fucking love Yakuza.
That's awesome.
It's the top tier goofy. It's top tier goofy.
That is pretty cool they did that, though.
Oh, I also, getting away... But, yeah, Judgment's fantastic. Let me just stop there before I continue on for the next hour talking about Judgment. I also been asking a bunch of people about Final Fantasy VII and getting a bunch of tips and tricks. Because I'm doing the Let's Play of it, and yeah, I've learned a lot about Final Fantasy VII, learned what I should go for, what I shouldn't go for, and yeah, I'm excited to play it. Finally. I'm a real gamer now.
What?
So that's been my week.
It's about goddamn time you play it.
Not. Probably didn't hear that, but I slapped that nut button.
Good.
Alright. You can find me at youtube.com/people8studios, twitch.tv/people8studios, and follow me on Twitter at people810.
Anal
There you
beads.
go.
Anal beads. Is James' favorite thing in the world.
Yep.
Sure is.
Alright, Walker, what news do we have today? This week? You have some movie news? Do you want to do movie news or game news?
Oh, it's cool. I just want to talk about my week. Fuck you, too.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I rambled on so goddamn long. I forgot you didn't talk about your week.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Yakuza gets me hyped. I forget about stuff when I talk about Yakuza.
So you don't have
Just
to deal
because
with, ladies
I
and
haven't
gentlemen.
been here in a while. How'd that police thing go?
Oh, I never went. It's not that I didn't go. What happened was what I thought was going to happen. So when I applied, I'm all gung-ho, but then I decided that I was going to withdraw because I'm too fat and out of shape, and it wouldn't be worth the time, and it would just be wasting their time to do it. So I applied for a volunteer police position, where basically I'm a volunteer police officer. I still haven't heard anything back from that, which is fucking weird. So I emailed the lady, she sends me all the stuff, I get everything done I need to get done. I said, hey, by the way, I applied for the police academy, I want to withdraw, I'm not in shape, there's no point in doing it. She says, okay, cool, I'll withdraw you. Like, the day before a practice fit test, I get an email saying, hey, congratulations, you've been accepted to the fit test. I was like, oh, shit, okay. Like, the date, here's the time and day you're going to take your written test. Here's the time and day you're going to take your fit test. I was like, cool, that's pretty fucking cool. That's all. I'm humbled that I got accepted into it. But at the same time, I was fucking pissed because I started eating like shit and didn't work out. So the lady never withdrew any of my shit. So I go to the practice.
This is a week after you did your keto for like 3 days.
Yeah. So I go to the practice fit test. It was a fucking abomination. I literally got like, I wasn't the worst, but I wasn't close. I didn't come in last, but I didn't come in far from last. Let's just put it in that perspective. So it wasn't good. I'm like, I better fucking start working out, running every day, I fucking have to run like 3 times a day to get prepared for this, because it was like 2 weeks away at this point. I didn't do shit before that. But I'm like, I know what's gonna fucking happen. I'm gonna get an email saying that I've officially been withdrew from this application process after I go do all of this shit. So, sure as shit, the week of the test comes, I get an email saying, Jeremy, you have officially been withdrew from this application. We hope you apply in the future. Thanks. You stupid motherfuckers. Not stupid. If anyone's listening to this that works in the Arizona Police Department, I love you guys. You're phenomenal.
Or any police department.
Or any police department. I love you guys. I want to be a police officer. You're not stupid. I apologize. And I'm like, God damn it! I knew this was gonna happen. So I got withdrawn for it, so I didn't go. But I do have 2 other jobs in the making, in the works. I applied for what's called a community service officer, which I should be getting an email here by the end of this week, letting me know if I got approved for that next step of the process. Essentially what a community service officer is, it's a police officer with half of the responsibility and no fit test. Essentially a community service officer goes to non-emergency calls. Like someone calls in 911, hey, I rear-ended somebody. I need a police officer here. I would be the one that responds. Not a customer, Jesus. Someone calls in, says, hey, I got robbed. My jewelry got stolen out of my
There we go.
house. Okay, do you
Good
know
job,
who did it?
Walker.
Is that they're still there? No, I was gone for the week. And there's no, like, pretty much no physical way to figure out who did it. I would be the one who goes, take a list of everything that got stolen, and then file a police report. I basically do non-physical phone like calls. Like if someone says, "Hey, I got a dead body in my closet," I wouldn't respond to that or something
Shit,
like that.
that happened in Judgment, the last episode of Judgment I just
Really?
played. Yeah.
So that's what that is. So I'll find out if I get approved for that. I still got to take a test to make sure I can qualify. And then Thursday, I got to remember this is happening. Thursday, I have the written test to potentially become a firefighter.
Nice.
Nice.
So I got accepted for that. Only the top 200 go. They said they accepted 700 people to take the test, and only the top 200 will be accepted into the academy. Because it's the same concept as the police academy. You got to go through the firefighter academy, and then you got to pass like 18,000 certifications. Firefighters here actually get paid more than police officers.
Wow.
Because here firefighters are used as second responders to EMTs.
Okay.
So they learn like hazmat, CPR, like medical stuff. So.
Well, you have to learn that no matter where you're at. If you're a firefighter, you have to know CPR.
So yeah, that's that's on Thursday. I thought I had applied for a correctional officer to be like a prison corrections officer, but I forgot. I didn't forget. I thought I did it, but I guess I didn't. So that job application ended. But so I did get an email though 2 days ago from the police guy who was in charge of the testing, saying, "Hey, I saw you weren't able to attend the test for whatever reason. Just a heads up, I'll be sending you an email here in the next couple months as we're gonna be reopening the police academy job again." So that's kind of cool. I just gotta get fit.
Yeah.
I just gotta get fit 'cause I'm fat. So past that though, I had an interesting week with DoorDash. The food delivery service. It's just like fuck. Like, so what happened was Friday, me and my wife, we want Subway. So I order it at 9:10. At 9:10 p.m. It closes at 10 o'clock. So plenty of time. On the app it said 17-minute delivery time. Okay, perfect. Place the order. I start looking at the clock. I'm like, fuck, it's getting kind of late. It's now 9:50. So 40 minutes after I place the order, and for like a good 25-30 minutes on the app it said my driver is heading to the destination, and it never moved. So I call the guy. It's at 9:50 at this point. I say, "Hey, what's going on with my order? I placed it at this point almost 50 minutes ago." And he was like, "You placed it 50 minutes ago?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I just got it like 3 minutes ago." And I was like, "Okay, well, I just want to let you know that Subway closes in now 4 minutes. Are you going to be able to make it there in time?" He was like, "Yeah, it's all good. I'll let you know when everything comes in." I was like, "Okay." 10:15 rolls around. 10:20. I call the guy, doesn't answer. So I tweet at I tweet at DoorDash. I was like, this is fucking horrible service. I placed my order an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 10 minutes ago, and never received it. The driver, according to the app, has now driven past the restaurant and past my house. Like, unacceptable, fix your time. So they actually messaged me back, blah blah blah, saying that the restaurant actually closed. I said, "No fucking shit, they closed. They closed at 10. And they're like, we apologize. We're gonna refund your money. I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, whatever. So the next day, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it another go. I ordered Chipotle. 5 minutes after I ordered, the driver has picked up your food. She's on the way. Okay, cool. I'm playing Apex, not paying attention. I live probably 5 minutes from Chipotle. I honestly could have drove. I could have drove and got Subway. Subway's even closer than Chipotle. I just didn't feel like it, because I'm lazy. So I'm like, it's been like 35 minutes. Like, what the fuck? So I look at I open the app and says, please enjoy your food. Your order is complete. I'm like, fucking weird. So I go outside, looking around, like, okay, I don't see my food. I asked Nicole, my wife, and I was like, hey, did anybody knock on the door? She's like, no. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it says my order is complete and for me to enjoy my food. So I used the app and I said my food was never delivered, and then a prompt comes up. We apologize for the inconvenience. It appears the driver was unable to deliver your food due to an unexpected circumstance. And I was like, the motherfucker picked up my food. I was like, that fucker probably ate it and said something fucking happened. So it was like, this is 2 goddamn days in a row. So once again, I apologize for the inconvenience. We're going to refund your money and give you a $10 credit. And I was like, you fucking bastards. I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys give me a headache. So that was the first time I ever had an experience like that. But it's just like shit that it happened twice.
Yeah.
That
fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That sucks.
It rained here today.
Oh shit, did it?
Yeah, for the first time in 5 months since I've been here.
Nice.
It lasted about a total of 5 minutes, if that. Certain places, I guess, it rained harder than others. You can actually look pictures up from like monsoon. It actually looks pretty cool. Almost looks like kind of like a waterfall coming from the sky.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty rad.
Because it's all flat, unlike Erie and stuff like that, so you actually can see the rain if you're like at a distance and shit. It's actually pretty fucking beautiful looking. Been playing a lot of Apex Season 2. Not really for the game, just more for the missions. Yesterday I tried to beat Emerald Weapon from Final Fantasy VII.
You did.
With,
yeah, you did. You got fucking ruined.
I did, with materia combinations. Didn't work. And that's really pretty much about it. I tried to play at FF7 the other day, but I got locked out of my account because I couldn't remember my password. Which I figured it out yesterday, so I'm good there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm good there, so.
You can play 14 now.
Yep. But that's pretty much about it. We'll see what happens Thursday and update you guys on Sunday. I don't think I'll know till like next week or the week after, or maybe the end of the month.
Yeah.
But
probably.
Knock on wood, who knows? We'll see what happens. I got to get back in shape. I did have eggs this morning and chicken. I didn't order anything.
Nice.
So
wow.
That's pretty proud of myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Didn't order anything.
Pretty proud of myself on that one. That was a good time. And then for myself, you can find me at Capn_Geech15 on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Capn Geech15 on the gram. And now news-wise, we can start with movies.
Okay.
Because it's not a lot. Box office news, as expected, SpiderMan took the cake. It released at a weird time, so you don't really have box office weekend. You have a whole week.
Yeah.
But it did $580 million in the past week, which is actually really, really, really good. It's got an A rating, and it's got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I personally thought it was better than Endgame. I know a lot of people don't really feel that way, but in terms of a non-Avengers movie, it was really, really, really good. I thought Mysterio was phenomenal. Jake Gyllenhaal played it perfect. I didn't really read comics that much, but I know who Mysterio is. In terms of the guy who does like the illusions and shit like that.
He's the biggest con artist in the Marvel universe.
Next to Chameleon, but that's.
Oh yeah, Chameleon.
But I thought that was played perfect. The whole Spidey Tingle thing is a giant joke. It's not actually what they're calling it.
Fucking Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle, yeah.
Fucking Peter Tingle.
Basically, spoiler alert for those who are listening. Essentially, Aunt May throws a banana at Spider-Man, and she goes, "I thought your spider's Peter Tingle, yeah, right? Would catch
Peter
that."
Tingle.
And he was like, "Don't call it that, Aunt May." And then, like I said, it comes up again later in the.
Don't call it that, Aunt May.
And he's like, it's not the Peter Tingle. It was just
Tony
like
Stark
it's just
died.
a funny play on words. I love the beginning, how they explain the snapping, the snap, the blurp, or whatever you want to call it. That was great, especially how they explained the age difference from the kids who were in school and didn't get snapped away to the ones who came back and they're the same age. There was a joke in it where the guy said, "My younger brother is now my older brother," and he kind of like had a weird ass confused look on his face.
So you two seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't you guys talk about it a little bit? Like, give your thoughts.
Okay.
Spoilers. Hashtag.
Do you really? I mean, I'm not gonna watch it, but
Well,
I
it's
mean,
up to you, man. If you.
I wouldn't do the spoilers though because it's so new.
Yeah. Don't go in depth, but just how do you feel? How did you feel about it? I kind of said my perspective on it.
Without spoiling anything, which is honestly, you can't talk about Mysterio without spoiling the movie. Like, you physically can't.
Well, you really can't spoil Mysterio though, because everyone knows he's a con artist. I think from the comics, like essentially, right?
I can't refute you because it breaks the actual lining of his character through the movie. If I were to talk about that, it would affect. So, without breaking any spoiler, because the Russos, even though they didn't make this one, but like movie rules, 2 weeks. But like this wasn't that big of an event, but this was the actual conclusion of Phase 3.
Yep.
So, what I thought was great, and it was seen in the trailers. So, if someone decides to be upset about this part, that's on them because it was in the trailers. But and obviously, if you haven't seen it yet, that's on you. But Endgame, Tony dies. Still not over it, but whatever.
Oh no, Mr. Stark. No.
Yeah.
Why did you die, Mr. Stark? No. Oh no.
But
what am I gonna do?
The movie overall, I thought was pretty damn good. I'll see how I feel about it later, because the ending of the movie kind of bothers me. And I can't talk about that because spoiler reasons. But I think there's a lot of potential because this is the end of Phase 3 and also the beginning of Phase 4. Like, it's all wrapped into one because now we have 3 members of the Sinister Six, which I'm really excited for because supposedly we're supposed to get it. It's in the air.
We were supposed to with the Amazing Spider-Man, and they kind of
that would have been terrible. Andrew Garfield's
that fucking bombed.
Yeah, it did. They made a joke that you're supposed to pretend you didn't realize that the Amazing Spider-Man 2 happened at the same time as the Avengers first movie happened. I was like, I forgot about that. They did happen almost. They did happen. They came out the same year. I completely forgot about that. Oops.
Yeah, like, so they had a lot of cool ass Easter eggs.
Yeah, they did.
So like
the best mid-credit scene I have seen, probably ever. With I already told James, he already knows, but that's the first time they brought up the Daily Bugle, in any of the other Spider-Man movies. Well, these 2 Spider-Man movies.
The one, okay, so that borders on spoiler, but yeah, I get it. That movie is so difficult because like explaining it's one of the harder movies to talk about because explaining anything legitimately spoils the plot.
Mm-hmm. Well, the mid-credit scene, well, I guess it kind of spoils. I guess we can say who the person was. It doesn't spoil It doesn't spoil what happened.
I mean, yeah, you can say it's like J. Jonah Jameson pops up.
Yep.
The thing that bothers me is
The Alex
he
Jones
doesn't
of the Marvel
deserve
universe.
to come back. Like, you can't, whatever the fuck his actual name is. Like, he left Marvel to
J.K.
go to
Simmons,
DC.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went to go play Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just come
Oh
back.
yeah, I forgot he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who played him in the Amazing Spider-Man? Did they not have him in the
I
Amazing
don't think
Spider-Man?
they had him in the Amazing
They
Spider-Man.
didn't really go over Jameson.
At the same time, I guess it's a nostalgia thing that the fact that they're not just pretending the other Spider-Mans didn't happen. Like, so I guess the fact that they had him do a Easter egg cameo, I guess it's like, hey guys, these other Spider-Man movies came out 15 years ago. Plus,
Remember the
thing
Sam
that-
Raimi movies?
yeah,
The thing that doesn't make any sense is by the time Peter ends up working for the Daily Bugle, that dude's gonna be a fucking fossil.
yeah,
Like, he's
Mhm.
old as shit. And Jameson's supposed to be at most a 40-year-old who's super stressed out, super high strung with gray sides and black top hair and
Yeah.
smokes cigars and shit. But
yeah. I
this
can see
dude's
that.
60, 70 years old. It doesn't work.
I don't think this series though will ever have him at the Daily Bugle though, because he's still in high school.
Yeah, but he's like a junior or senior. We're gonna
think-
hit the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna, pull it where it's they're gonna cast someone different and it's not gonna be J. Jonah?
They can't though now because
they
they
can't.
already confirmed him as J. Jonah Jameson. They said, "Hey, J. Jonah Jameson, here to tell you," and then what he says.
Yeah, basically just he's reading the news. But did they make the other? Well, no, they can't because it's Tobey Maguire's character is Peter Parker as well. Do they introduce the multiverse now though? Do they acknowledge that a multiverse is an option based on enter the Spideyverse?
No, because that's not connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
The theory is out there now. I will say that. I don't know.
But I guess the question is, how did that J. Jonah Jameson get into this universe? I guess that's the plot. Like, if they make the other Spider-Mans canon, how did he magically end up on our planet instead of being in the one with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? I guess that's always the ploy, or they just basically don't talk about it and just pretend like you're not supposed to think that. I don't know.
So,
Don't think, just consume.
Yeah.
The thing is so far, until I'm told otherwise, the Raimi-verse is Earth 616. Everything is consistently Earth 616.
Yeah.
Maybe the Amazing Spider-Man isn't, because they did different versions of Electro, and the blue Electro is not the same Electro from Earth 616. 616 Electro is the old school, still has electric powers, but he has the yellow and green suit with the giant star mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's possible, but that one didn't have Jameson, so that one doesn't matter.
No. Because of the whole time travel thing, so now maybe they broke the multiverse based on, I guess we'll find out upcoming what will happen. We'll have the next Marvel, they come out next year, don't they? Because Black Widow, Black Widow still doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if you heard or not.
Prequels.
Well, no, Black Widow is rumored to take place between Civil War and Infinity War. It's not her origin story.
I know. Okay, so there are 2 movies in the works for her. That's guaranteed. I know everyone already said one is going to be an origin story.
Okay, I was gonna say
An origin story for
So,
a dead character. Great.
Not even full origin story, but
it's
how she is who she is, kind
Yeah.
of, not full. Also,
explaining what happened to her, like in the scenes that you see in the Age of Ultron.
yeah, the other thing is a lot of people are thinking it might be the Budapest story.
Oh, with her in Hawkeye,
Yeah.
because they always talk about
Honestly,
that.
All I'm interested in for if we're gonna do any past set movies is I want a Ronin movie, because I just want to see Hawkeye kill a
That
bunch
would
of
be
people with
fucking
katana.
rad.
Right? That'd be sick. And
Well,
then
a lot of these
Infinity
characters
War.
are supposed to get their own TV
Endgame.
show. A lot of them are supposed to get their own TV show on the Disney Plus or whatever it's called.
right, like Loki is Wanda and Vision are, but it's gonna be a different version of Vision. It's gonna be Gray Vision.
And then Falcon and the Winter Soldier have their own.
That I'm hyped for.
So there's a lot
then-
of possibilities that can go down.
I want to say Hawkeye is getting one too, where he's training the next girl.
It makes sense. He was a big character. Everyone loved his character, and to see him as Ronin and
was
stuff like that.
fantastic. I still love his haircut in that. I don't know if like anyone else was hype about that, but I thought the aesthetics and his haircut was sick.
And then you have Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with
18.
Thor, and then Thor is getting a fourth movie. He's the only, from what I've seen,
Yeah,
he's getting a fourth movie, which is
he's the only person to ever get a fourth.
yeah. So, but it'll be interesting to see how they play that. Because I guess you can't. Well, the other two you can't do. Tony Stark died, and Captain America, spoilers, became.
It was
old.
like 100.
Oh, really fucking spoilers?
Well, I guess at this point you can't spoil it. It came out 4 months
No.
ago, so 3 months ago. But
And then came out again, and
it
didn't
came
really
out
do that
again.
well.
It didn't do what they wanted it to do, unfortunately.
It still did really well though.
It did, but it's not. It's almost physically impossible for it to beat Avatar at this point. It needs.
It's so incredibly
needs
close.
It needs
Good.
$37 million, but it's
Yes.
averaging less than 5.
Yes.
It literally has to be out for another 6 weeks, and they're not going to do that because they're going to start running into when they would release it on Blu-ray.
So 11 hours ago, we are less than 15 million shy.
Oh, okay, they had updated it, so that's it's still though.
James, we're coming for your ass.
No, you're
I
not.
saw you get hyped.
You're
I don't-
not
I don't
coming
think
for
it can do it.
Blue Fern Gully.
Because you still have
Avatar's
SpiderMan.
overrated. I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I said Avatar's over fucking rated.
Yeah, fucking Avengers Endgame's over fucking rated.
10 years, dog. 10 years of story.
The fucking Marvel MCU is overrated. The whole MCU's overrated.
I kindly but firmly disagree.
They're popcorn flicks. They're nothing special. They
There
don't
wasn't
break
anything
gra-
special about Avatar. It just happened to be one of the better, good 3D movies of the time.
It just
Yeah.
took everyone by surprise. That's what Avatar did. That was no one was expecting it to be what it was, and the fact that people realized when they heard that it was a 15-year movie in the making,
Exactly.
because James Cameron didn't have the technology he wanted back in 1994. Next year though, Avatar 2.
Oh, great.
So, and then every
They're
year
just gonna
after
run
that,
that into the ground.
Yeah, they are.
no, they're making. They have up to Avatar 6.
Like I said, running it into the ground.
Oh yeah.
That's literally all they've been doing for the last
Can't run into the ground more
What
than
is
the
it?
MCU or Star Wars.
10 years or something. They've
Yeah.
literally been filming simultaneously every Avatar movie back to back to back to back to back. Which I feel
But,
bad for
like-
those actors. It's like, fuck, I want to do something else.
I
Well,
don't
it's kind of
know.
like the Lord of the Rings. What they did with the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
I just don't understand where we're gonna go from here. Like with Avatar, like
water.
I feel like that movie ended the way it should have ended.
Yeah, it
That
should.
was a-
There shouldn't be a sequel.
Supposedly number 2 goes into the depths of the sea. That's why he went into the Meridian Trench. James Cameron did to explore like the deepest part of the ocean to get inspiration for this the Avatar 2.
So, do you think it's gonna be a continuation or like a spin-off?
No, it's all the same characters. It's continue.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it's all the same characters with new ones. So
Yeah, no, that's gonna be fucking a clusterfuck. I can already tell.
it's
I
gonna
can
be
tell you the
interesting.
cinematography probably gonna be fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I guarantee it's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
like
beautiful. Well, at the time,
eh.
No. What the fuck was the TV? Panasonic.
Pandora. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe Panasonic.
They released the only 3D copy of that movie when you bought a Panasonic TV, you got a free copy of the 3D version of Avatar. You couldn't buy it anywhere else, other than.
But
I remember that. That was
Panasonic didn't have a 3D TV though.
Yeah, they did.
They had one.
I thought
Were...
Samsung was the first to drop that.
They were, but Panasonic had their own thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was stupid expensive. But yeah, the only way to get the 3D version of Avatar was to buy a Panasonic TV. Best Buy actually had a display with Avatar playing in the 3D glasses, where you actually like put your head onto the 3D glasses, and it was the scene where he first becomes one of those characters, and he has those like jellyfish. When he has those jellyfish coming down, and his arms are out, and he's looking up, and they're like floating down to like land on him, and then you see them like. I was like, oh, this is phenomenal. This was like 7 years ago, but
like Avatar, in my opinion, is the only good 3D movie.
Yeah. It was
Let's
filmed
be
in 3D.
real. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah.
It was the first.
No, not Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Fuck that movie, because I bought that movie new with that's supposed to have the 3D glasses. Never came with 3D glasses.
I
was
that's
butthurt.
unfortunate.
That was the first movie
so
to be filmed. That was actually the only movie that was ever filmed in with all 3D cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. So speaking of Disney movies, if you haven't seen it, the Mulan trailer has come out. It just released today.
I forgot that was a thing.
That released today. Looks absolutely phenomenal. They got it right. Compared
you said
to
the same thing with Aladdin.
Well, this
is
significantly better.
Thing with Aladdin.
This looks way better. It's way more realistic. It's you have to go see it. It actually looks right. Compared to the massive amount of heat Disney is getting for their new princess, Ariel.
Oh. Just fucking go watch the original, you pieces of shit.
A lot of people are upset that
I need a new washer.
If you don't want a black lady to be Ariel, just go watch the fucking original. Shut your goddamn mouths.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
expected to be out early next year or start filming next year, but they're not necessarily pissed because she's black, but I think everyone was expecting this girl with this bright ass red hair.
No, they're
be
pissed
Ariel.
because she's black. A lot. Like
Yeah,
I've seen
too.
some Twitter stuff. People are pissed because she's black.
Fucking Ramon Patron, literally over the last week, has posted so many memes of I'll see if I can pull it up, of just different things. So he posted one today. It was Christian Bale as playing Obama. He was like, this is the perfect one. You guys probably can't see it, but Christian Bale as Obama.
Gosling as Martin Luther King.
Yep. That was another one. Where's the other one? Ryan Gosling as the Black Panther. The recasting of the Black Panther. He posted that.
I have no idea what that even is.
Yeah, it's just some random white girl on a phone.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna minimize all my screens so you don't see the reflection, and then it's a black guy and a black girl carrying in the background. Let's see what we got here. It's basically it says "Look at me."
I am your Ariel now.
Yep. It's the dude from Dexter. Surprise, motherfucker.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Blue guys, motherfucker.
This is He-Man. So literally, Ramon's just been non-stop ever since that image came out. I posted on his Facebook, I was like, dude, you are hard anti this Ariel, aren't you? And he never responded, but... Oh man, I didn't see this. Sorry, bro. Someone asked if I can give him a shout out. He's listening. He's watching us from Norway.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Matt, shout out to the dude in Norway, our friends in Norway.
Arn my man. A-R-N-E, my man. Arn my man.
My dude.
But he's not on anymore. Sorry, dude. Sorry, we get into the podcast, we don't really focus on the chat so much, unfortunately, and I appreciate you listening, though. Don't get me wrong. But if you are still listening, but thank you for hanging out. But yeah, the Mulan trailer's good. Rami Malek is confirmed for the new Bond villain, Bond 25.
You okay spending
Okay.
gas on that?
Rami Malek's pretty great.
Best Buy
Oh my
4th
He's
god,
fantastic.
stop fucking playing ads. So yeah, he let's see what we got here. Yep, he is it's the 25th Bond villain movie. It's not actually titled yet, but they're calling it Bond 25. That's not the actual name. So we'll see what it's actually named, but yeah, he is confirmed as the villain of the movie.
That's the last one with what's his face, right?
Craig, yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, he's done, because usually they do 2 or 3. This is his 5th one.
Jesus,
Yeah.
really already?
Yeah, it's his
Fuck.
5th one. And Daisy Ridley from Star Wars says they will 100% reveal who her parents are in this movie.
I
They,
still think she's a weak actress.
She's definitely one of the weaker ones in that as the main characters in that series.
yeah, and I completely agree. But yeah, you will definitely find out who her parents are.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens there. And supposedly there was actually multiple different scripts written for this movie. They had multiple different directors lined up, and they all had different scripts. And they ultimately ended up going with J.J. Abrams.
Well, so it's
Surprise.
all going to end the exact same way. Like, there's no, any kind of tension. Because it's not like, oh, hey, Kylo Ren got his ass kicked twice.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to have the, Adam Driver beat the shit out of
Daisy Ridley or Ray.
Daisy Ridley for the 3rd movie because, wow, okay, when were you able to get that power? Because, you got your ass kicked the past
2 movies.
2 episodes. And then if Daisy Ridley wins and the Force wins and everyone's happy, it's like, well, fuck it, saw that coming from a mile away, no tension whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you think Kylo Ren becomes a Sith Lord in this one?
Nah.
Who
No.
fucking cares? He's gonna die anyway.
You think
I don't
so?
think Kylo's gonna die.
Do you think he becomes good?
No.
They had such good things going with him in the first movie,
Part of the 2nd movie, and then towards
part
the end
of
of
the
it.
2nd movie, where he's kind of battling himself
Yeah.
because he's like, I want to be bad, but also I'm kind of good at the same time.
Because he has parents that are both essentially good people with a grandfather that's evil. So he's fighting the demons of good and bad. But that number 7 to me ruined it when
Oh yeah, no, it fucking ruined it.
those 2 went to that fucking casino, that Japanese chick and what's his name?
They said it was
John
filler.
Boyega.
Yeah, when they went to that fucking casino and rode those weird ass camel shits, I was like, dude, this is the biggest filler of a movie I have ever seen, and it's fucking pointless.
They had came out and said it is a filler because they didn't know what to do. Like,
It was so bad. Like,
Walker, you're complaining about that, and yet you are thoroughly enjoying Dragon Ball Super.
yeah,
During
I am.
the most filler arc the series has ever had.
Hey, just because on the last episode I watched, they said there is less than 13 minutes left, and I still have
And
30
you s-
episodes to go. Doesn't
You
mean anything.
still have 30 fucking episodes.
Hey,
that's
it's
ridiculous.
30 seconds an episode.
That's worse than Naruto fillers.
That is worse than Naruto. That's worse than that entire arc in Bleach that was just all filler.
Okay, it may not
Like
be
the Power Rangers and shit.
it may not be 30. I think it's 20, but still 13 minutes. I guess it's a
13
minute.
minutes.
13
It was
minutes
an
left.
hour-long battle.
The episode is like 13 minutes left to decide the fate of the universe. Now, I think it's like 22 episodes I have left.
Guess what?
was
You
an
could skip
hour.
all that. You could skip 21 of those episodes.
I already,
'Cause they don't
I already
fucking
know what
matter.
happens. I already know what happens. I'm just watching
So
it to watch
stop watching it.
I've not watched
Watch
a
something
single
good.
lick of that show, and all I know is Goku's gonna win. That's it.
Okay,
That's just
all right.
that's what's
So
gonna happen.
there's only one good part of Dragon Ball Super, and that
Okay.
is the Future Trunks arc. That is, I say, on the same level as the Cell games
When-
Really?
in quality. Yeah.
Okay.
When
Except that ending kind of was shit, but I
When-
can live with it.
Goku does his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Kamehameha against Hit, that
Oh, that was
absolutely
that was pretty rad. Okay.
that was awesome. That was great. That was probably one of the best like action scene sequences I've ever seen. And then I loved when he did it again against Khalifa, the
Cauliflower.
Caulifla, yeah. When he basically rode her blast with his Kamehameha wave, bounced off of it and slammed it in her face. That
yeah,
was awesome.
he did.
The all right, so
Those
you're
were
going-
great.
That fucking ending, though, episode 131 of Dragon Ball Super, the final episode, made me mark out so hard because the animation, they put all of that budget, all of the entire show's budget in the last episode. And because it's absolutely beautiful, it's movie quality.
Yeah.
But that ending made me scream because of how bullshit it was. Fuck that. God fucking damn it. Android 17 wins the fucking Tournament of Power.
Yep. Hey, but it's cool because he is a
Huh?
he is a ridiculously powerful. Well, he wins because Goku.
We're talking about the scene kid, like the fucking hipster dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
No.
he wins. Android 17 wins because Goku basically has to sacrifice himself. That's why he wins, because he doesn't fall out of the ring. But it also does justice to Android 17, because Android 17 essentially his power is on par with a Super Saiyan Blue.
No, higher than that, because he helped take down fucking Jiren, the most milquetoast looking motherfucker in the series history. A fucking character looks cooler without a shirt.
Yeah.
Like that immediately made him look cooler. But fucking this guy is kicking the shit out of Ultra Instinct Goku, who the gods of destruction are like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. That guy's rad. And then Jiren's just like, just fucking slapping the shit out of this motherfucker. And then Golden Frieza's like, oh, I guess I'm as strong as, a fucking god. I'm going to wreck house. And then Frieza's like, and, like, they basically just seismic throw a la, Charizard from Pokemon grabbing a hold of him and just jumping right off the edge of the stage. Just Final Destination, just grab, hop off the stage, Donkey Kong style. And then there's just Android 17's there. He's just like, I guess I win. I guess I win. I've been dead half the fucking series, but I'm win.
Yeah, they don't bring him up at all.
Episodes.
Like the end of Dragon Ball Z, the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, like for how strong of a character he is, they completely negate the fact that he exists, which is crazy.
And also, he's hiding under a fucking rock for the last 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Legit, he's like, he gets the shit kicked out of him, and then 15 episodes later is the end, where he's just like, hey, I'm here. Guess who's still alive? It's so fucking dumb. I hate that goddamn show. That show made me hate Dragon Ball. The series.
I love James's perspective on
Made me
stuff.
fucking hate it. It's fucking bad.
I love his perspective and everything.
Fucking bad.
It's so funny. I fucking love it.
What other movie news do we have?
That is
That is
it.
gonna raise my blood pressure. Okay.
That is it, unless you got anything, Nate.
Nope. Oh, well. Oh, Nate, do you have anything?
Not at the moment. Until if I pop on again, like relatively soon, because like next week's if I have time and like if I'm able to and y'all want me on, then I have to talk. I have information and shit I want to talk about Spider-Man, but it's too early because the
too
end
early.
credit scenes and all that shit. I have a lot to fucking say, but too
No,
early.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh yeah, my last piece of movie news. Dark Phoenix did worse than the Fantastic Four, the last one. The one with Michael B.
Yeah.
Jordan. It will
Boy,
go down
howdy,
as
they
the
change him around.
yeah. They said it'll most likely go down as one of the worst. Not one of the worst, but one of the biggest flops of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane. But yeah, it did worse than Fox Marvel's Fantastic Four in terms of budget-wise. Which is insane, because that movie was trash.
Yep, that's what I hear.
But go ahead, James. What news do you got? Actual video game news now.
Okay.
I only got 4 fucking tabs.
So you remember last week
Mining.
how we talked about the PlayStation Plus games for this month?
Yeah.
Being supercharged or whatever the hell that game is. It's fun. I played a little bit of it. And Pro Evolution Soccer 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guess what? Pro Evolution Soccer is not a part of the PlayStation Plus deals. They changed this the day of that
People
Tuesday.
were pissed.
So, unfortunately, everyone, Detroit Become Human is the free game on PlayStation.
I feel like that's a good thing.
It's not.
But it looks like a fun game. I downloaded it. I haven't played
It's
it.
not good.
Do you just not like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and all those games?
No.
See, I like those kind of games.
I like those kind of games. I just hate those games.
Oh. Fair, I guess.
Yeah, Konami's response is, I don't know, ask Sony about it. Legit, that's their actual response. We had no control over it. Sony was the one that made the decision. So, oh no, ask Sony about it. Remedy Interactive. They made a little game called Alan Wake. I've never heard of Alan Wake. What is that video game?
I need a new washer.
It's a video game. Apparently, they bought the rights to the Alan Wake series from Microsoft.
Yeah, essentially, basically, it's like you.
For those who don't know.
Yeah, for those who don't know the game, essentially, it's you have like a flashlight and stuff like that, and you kind of got to run around, and there's bad guys, but you essentially kill them with light.
You're Stephen King playing in Stephen King's world.
Exactly.
Best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Rumor has it, though, is that now that Remedy is its own their own company. Rumor has it is Sony is thinking about buying them.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's one of the main reasons they bought Alan Wake from Microsoft, is that possibly Sony is willing to give them money for a sequel to Alan Wake and put it on the PlayStation.
It made you jump a little bit. It was so. I know one of the things that they are talking about though, is a live action Alan Wake TV show that's in development.
They've been talking about that since the game came out.
Years.
Yeah.
We'll see whatever actually ever comes to.
Here's something interesting I found from GameSpot. Since we're nearing the end of the PlayStation 4 and Xbone era, they have a list of the best-selling games for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
These are all the US. So, let's take a look here. So first is the Nintendo Switch. The highest-selling game is Mario Kart 8, then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I'm surprised that's not switched.
Yeah, I know, right? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm surprised that's not switched.
Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised that's not number 1.
Like 1 through 3 is interchangeable. Well, I would say even 1 through 4, because the next one is Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
1 through 4 is basically it must be neck and neck.
Oh yeah, all those have to be super close in sales.
Then you got number 5, Super Mario Party. 6 is Splatoon 2. 7 and 8 are Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, respectively. Surprisingly, number 9 is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Huh.
And these
It's a
are
good
purchase.
game.
These are games like purchase games, not free games.
Nope, these are purchase games. These are the highest
say.
selling games.
I expected Tetris to be up there, but it's not free.
It's
so.
not. I got fucking 11th again, Walker, in Tetris 99 the other day.
Did you? That's awesome.
I was having a panic attack the entire time. And then number 10 is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Okay, that game was fun.
Yeah. PlayStation 4. Do you guys want to take? Do you guys want to take bets on what's You guys want to guess what's on here?
God of War.
Okay.
That would be number 1.
Okay.
GTA 5.
Okay.
Shadow. Either of the or like Shadow of War games, whichever the first one was too.
Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah, either one of
Okay.
those. Mordor
Okay.
or War has to be on.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Just because that's an exclusive and it came with it at one
Uncharted.
point. Uncharted, because that came with the PlayStation at one point.
Okay.
What else? I'm trying to think. Final Fantasy 14. That would have been. Oh no, 15. Final Fantasy 15. What else? What's the list?
Okay. I'm gonna start from 10 and work our way up. Okay.
Mhm.
Number 10 is Battlefield 1.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can see that. I knew a lot of people had that.
Number 9 is NBA 2K18.
Oh my.
Alright. All those are so interchangeable, though. Really, that one of them the next year fucking beats out the other one.
Well, apparently not.
Yeah.
Because 18 beat 19.
I think 18 was Kobe Bryant's Legacy
Mhm.
Edition.
I mean,
Or
19
was- no, that was
just
Shaq.
reskinned
That was Shaq.
18.
Yeah.
Because I think we still have that at work, the collector's edition.
Yeah.
Number 8 is God of War.
Wow. I'm
Okay.
that's not higher.
Number 7 is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Okay.
Wow, that's interesting.
Number 6 is
Oh, I forgot.
Marvel's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Blackout's probably on there.
Number 5 is Black Ops 3.
Oh wow.
Number 4 is Black Ops 4.
Okay, because didn't that come with Modern
Both of
Warfare?
them came with a... No. It was Infinite Warfare.
Oh, okay.
Then we have at 3, Call of Duty World War II. I guess a lot of people were hyped because it went back to the World War II.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of that game. I did the midnight release for that one. That was one of the bigger ones.
Number 2 was Red Dead 2,
I
Okay.
forgot about that.
Yeah. I didn't
and
think about that.
number 1 is GTA 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
I assumed that because that came out, they remastered it and released it the same time the PlayStation 4 got released. Because they remastered the game and because it was originally for the PS3 and the Xbox 360.
It came out the same year the PS3 and the PS4 and Xbox came out.
Yeah,
They came out the same year.
yeah, because they
Or,
did it.
like
they,
the next.
yeah, because they did
very
it for
next
the
year.
older consoles and then they re-released it immediately.
No, it was a few years later.
No, I thought it was immediately. For the newer generation consoles.
It
You
was
got to think that game.
It was about a year or two after the systems came out that they put it on there.
Yeah, you got to think it's been 7 years too, so that makes
Mhm.
sense. It's one of the only games that's kept its value.
Okay.
I would
And then
assume
he-
Xbox is Halo and Gears of War and Call
Alright.
of Duty.
All right, Nate, do you have any guesses?
For what, Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just probably Master Chief Collection. That's pretty much my only. That and whatever the newest Gears was.
Sea of
Okay.
Thieves.
So
I don't know much of the games for that. That's the only thing I really.
So we have Nintendo having only exclusives on the Switch.
Yeah.
Then we had PlayStation that had 2 exclusives, and then the rest were ones you could find on other systems. The Xbox has no exclusives on this list.
Wow.
So number 10 is Destiny 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Number 9 is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Okay.
So not Infinite Warfare.
The older one.
Advanced, the one prior to. Star Wars Battlefront 2015 is number 8. Number 7 is Battlefield 1. Number 6 is Infinite Warfare. Number 5 is Red Dead 2. And then you have Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, World War 2, and GTA 5. So basically, they just took the PlayStation and just swapped some shit around.
Yeah.
Pretty much what happened.
Well, I mean, you got to think like the top 5. I mean, they just threw
All
Red Dead
Call
at
of
number
Duties.
5, and then everything moved up. Yeah.
It's literally like all Call of Duties, which makes sense. I know a lot of people have Xbox that Call of Duty is that thing. So
And you got to think. Okay. Also, you have
there hasn't really
Red
been a
Dead
Halo,
2.
so I guess that makes sense.
You have Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 are the only non-first-person shooters on the list. And I think Destiny 2 and Battlefront are the only rated T games on the list.
Destiny 2 makes sense. I remember Luke getting that for his Xbox because he got the Xbox One X because he was super excited to play his Destiny 2 with it, and then he played it for like a week and hated it.
I got an Xbox One S for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And I played it for like a month and hated it.
Yeah. Something I forgot to mention earlier for those who are soccer fans. United States women's soccer team won the World Cup.
USWMT.
Congratulations.
And the U.S. just lost the Gold Cup to Mexico, 1-0. The men's team.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah. Good job, our boys in blue. Here's some rumors about the new Call of Duty battle royale. So, it's apparently supposed to be 3 times the map size of Blackout and be up to 200 players. Moving on. So there's a game, guys.
It's like PC
There's
level
a video
shit.
game. There's a video game coming out that I am extremely excited for. I'm one of the very few people that know about this game, and I love it, but I've never been able to play it. There's a game called Metal Wolf Chaos XD coming out.
Okay.
From our good friends at Devolver Digital. So, raise of hands, or just say if you have either of you guys heard of Metal Wolf Chaos before?
Nope.
No, I heard of Metal Gear Solid, but not the same.
Okay, so Metal Wolf Chaos was a game made by From Software. So the Dark Souls people, back when they were making actual like mech games like Front Mission. It's a game where you play as the President of the United States who has to take down the Vice President of the United States from taking over the United States so he can control the world.
Interesting.
It did absolutely fucking poorly. So it had 2 things going for it that made it fucking ruin. One, it was only released in Japan. All right. It was only released in Japan because it came out right around the time of 9/11, and they were like, "Ooh boy, no, we're not doing this. We're not releasing this anymore." And the second thing is it was only on the original Xbox. So you have a game only released in Japan for a system that maybe sold 5 systems in the entire country in its lifespan.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy that game, if you wanted to play Metal Wolf Chaos before this, you would have had to import a Japanese Xbox, which is I think going for around $200-300 right now USD. Or no, it's like $200 USD. The game itself is going for $300 on the secondhand market. So that's about like $500-600 just to play one video game.
Jeez.
So the best people ever at Devolver Digital decided, hey, let's bring this over to the US. So it's now coming out. It's coming out for the Steam, Xbone, and PlayStation 4. $25. It's $25. You won't regret spending. Coming out August 6th. Oh, and the best thing about it is, even though it only came out in Japan, it is fully voice acted in English.
Nice.
Nice.
Completely. And it uses that early 2000s poor voice acting. If you ever hear me go, Richard, or let's party, that's what I'm referring to. That's what I'm referencing.
I like it.
I've said it a few times. It's a fantastic game. When it comes out, you need to buy it. Everyone needs to buy it.
I got some stuff.
Okay.
I'll go to mine. So starting off, James just actually got this. Yesterday or the day before. The good old PlayStation Classic.
Oh yeah, about the PlayStation Classic.
It is now $25. 75% off its original price. Why? Because everyone hated it.
I bought it because it was $25.
So if you want a PlayStation Classic, now's the time. It's $25. Is that what you're playing Final Fantasy VII on?
Nope, playing it on the PS4.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
Still in the box. I opened it up just to look at it. Haven't even plugged it in yet.
That's fucking hilarious.
Probably not going to plug it in, but you know. So for those who haven't seen it, I'll pull it out. It's absolutely adorable. And I think I'm just gonna put this on a shelf and not play it. So I'm gonna be a sane person. The PlayStation Classic. I have the Super Nintendo Classic and absolutely love that thing. Just because it's how adorable it is. The PlayStation, get out of here, you asshole. It's stuck in the box, but it's just a little itty bitty PlayStation. Look at how little bitty. The buttons work and everything.
I was like, do those buttons work?
Yeah, they actually press down. The disc drive doesn't open, but you can actually still press it down.
I was like, does the lid open?
That would have been rad.
Dun, the good old sound.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna put it on a shelf.
God of War. The creator said that he actually wasn't gonna be named Kratos to begin with. They had 5 other names that they potentially wanted.
Really?
And Stig, Stig was the front runner.
So that reminds me of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, where who was it? George Lucas. Yeah, George Lucas wanted to name Starkiller Darth Icky.
I remember that.
Everyone was like, no. And then his people, George Lucas's people at Lucasfilms was like, just fucking humor him and say that you'll name him that, but just name him something else. He won't know the difference.
And Dominus is the other one. So Stig and Dominus were the characters that they were
cool.
that they were considering, that they actually really liked, until someone came along and said Kratos, which is absolutely hilarious. And then the working title wasn't actually
Stig, the God of War.
And it actually wasn't considered the God of War. They wanted to potentially name it called Dark Odyssey.
I am Stig, and this is my Dark Odyssey.
But then other people came in and they were like, "No, fam, no."
Yeah, no, we want this to sell.
They are currently hardcore in the making of the Breath of the Wild sequel. They are.
Yeah, they are.
They're diving in hard. They said that dungeons will play a huge role in the next series, which is awesome. Despite the rumors of there only being one console, it is still people are still talking about that Microsoft is still designing a second generation console. Basically, they said it's it's a less powerful console compared to the Project Scarlet. That may be more cost effective. Originally, they said that this wasn't happening, that there was only one console, nothing else. Now there is still reports that they are indeed coming out with a second console that is cheaper.
Huh. Interesting.
So we'll see if that actually happens. Kind of movie news, but kind of not. The Uncharted movie. The director said that it will not directly adapt the games because they don't want to lessen the experience of the video games.
Well, and the Uncharted movie, I mean, I think they casted Tom Holland as young Nathan Drake, and I do believe it's going to follow young Nathan Drake's story.
Yeah.
You have to play it a little bit in Uncharted 4.
But yeah, they said it's the game that Naughty Dog, it's the movie that Naughty Dog would want. That's essentially what they're saying. So,
I like the Uncharted games, so I'll probably see it.
Yeah, Tom
I like
Holland.
the Uncharted games and Tom Holland.
He is unofficially announced as Nathan Drake. So
can't wait for him to leak it on Instagram.
At this point, I feel like they do it on purpose because of all of his followers. But who knows?
Probably.
Red Dead Redemption 2 PC port has been confirmed. They are just waiting on the release.
All right.
For those who've been waiting to play it on the PC, it is coming. I got two more things if you want to go,
I can't
James.
wait for it to be shitty,
Yeah,
like
right?
the other ports when they first come out. Yeah. So here's some Yakuza news. So this is from IGN. So there was a voice actor in Yakuza 6. Who was it? Hiroyuki Misayoko. He has been suspended from his talent agency. He plays Toshori Nagumo in the Yakuza 6. He apparently got suspended from his talent agency, and he is not going to be in future releases of Yakuza 6 because apparently he has a link to the Yakuza.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's ironic.
Exactly. This comes hot off the heels of earlier in the year when we heard that Pierre Taki from Judgment got canned from the game because he was involved in cocaine.
Yep.
He found a little bit of cocaine on him. Yeah, so that's really weird. The guy who's playing a fucking Yakuza man got arrested and not arrested, but kicked off his talent agency because he's a part of the Yakuza or has ties to the Yakuza.
That's
To get that ass
interesting.
backwards shit. Yet, and I'll always say this, the author of a certain manga that's pretty popular called Rurouni Kenshin, he got a fucking slap on the wrist for having actual, legitimate, non-cartoon, actual child pornography.
Ugh.
Lots of it. And he
Well,
just got a slap on the wrist.
Oh, that's what we call less than.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
So that's pretty cool. In other shitty news, Smash Bros fans suck. Fucking Smash Bros fans are pieces of shit.
Why?
So there was a big Smash Bros tournament that happened not too long ago.
Okay.
So this one kid was a 15-year-old named Boki, beat pro player Ally, who's a Snake player, with Isabelle. So this 15-year-old kid beat a top-tier pro player in Smash Bros with a mid-tier character in Smash Bros.
Okay.
And Smash Ultimate fans are bullying the shit out of this kid.
Really?
Yeah. So that's pretty fucked up. Not only do Smash Bros. Fans not know how to bathe, but also they're shitty people.
So, like, is this kid, like, a wholesome 15-year-old or, like, a...
Well, I mean, if I'm sure they would have put in the thing that the kid is a piece of shit, but no, it just looks like people are just salty that this kid beat him. Let's see here. Playing her newfound fame. Okay, here. Took to Twitter to explain. No one cares about that. The worst of it comes from being a girl. They get on my ass saying kinds of rude shit, and it's beyond stressful. Being a teenage girl in an extremely male-dominated community is very weird. Okay,
Oh, so it's a girl?
Yeah, it's a female. So, yeah, so basically she's just like, yo, all right, I mean, I'm just trying to have fun and play a video game. And everyone's like, oh, go fuck off. So, yeah.
I don't know why I got more annoyed finding out it's a female getting bullied, but I did.
In other news, more wholesome news, TennoCon happened. So Warframe's big event, their big convention happened.
6
That's
years
why,
after
Walker,
the release.
That's why you said, hey, why does Warframe have 400,000 people watching it?
Fucking
That's
insane.
That's why people love Warframe. So TennoCon has been a yearly thing for the past few years. And yeah, I mean, people are still hyped about it. They talked about some new things like a new cinematic quest line that brings people in for like new players that kind of explains the story a little bit more. They talked about their new ship stuff, the new ship battles. Yeah. So it's going to be PvE slash PvP, where you and a bunch of your friends basically control a ship, and you have to do. It's like Guns of the Icarus, where you have a small squad of people that go from like, oh hey, let's man these guns, man the thrusters, man this stuff, repair this, that kind of stuff, and basically you try to take out the other ships. Big old think of you're piloting a big old ship at sea, and you're trying to shoot down other ships, or another ship. So it's kind of like that. So that's coming later this year. Another thing is that they have a new cinematic quest that's featuring or at least a new story cinematic cutscene featuring the 3 starter frames, Excalibur, Volt, and Mag. Actually, it also has, in collaboration with film director and Totally Rad show alum, Dan Trachtenberg. Apparently, he worked on 10 Cloverfield Lane, and he's working on the upcoming Uncharted movie. So he's going to basically make a cutscene at the beginning to introduce players to the game and kind of learn about the backstory a little more. And then they're also making a new cinematic quest line called The New War. So basically, it takes place on Earth, where a new threat comes to Earth, which will pull together Lotus and the Tenno right into an even larger conflict.
Okay.
So they're also talking about Dovri Paradox, which is a new open world area for the game, but not much was known about that yet. So yeah, looks like Warframe's adding some more stuff, and it looks pretty cool. Oh, also, it looks like with the ship battle stuff, you'll be able to do different quests on the ground on certain planets that will help out people up on the flying around the ships. So basically, you could have your friends, like one group is hanging out in the ships that do the space battles, the others drop down onto the planet and like they, I don't know, do something and like activate like a large gun to shoot at the other ones to damage them more.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. And then finally, some weird news that I have from Nintendo Life. Wii's Donkey Kong Country Returns is now playable at 1080p and 60 frames per second on NVIDIA Shield.
Nice.
So there's been a thing between the NVIDIA Shield and Nintendo in China where they're porting a lot of Wii games over to it. Because kind of like going around the whole bullshit stuff that China has with video games. So yeah, you could play, if you live in China or you have a Chinese NVIDIA Shield, you can play Donkey Kong Country Returns minus all of the waggle physics, or all the waggle controls, at 1080p and 60 frames.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all
Kinda
I
cool.
have.
The only thing I have is the Gears of War. Beta starts the 19th and ends the 22nd.
Interesting.
Oh, also today, 23 years ago, the world of wrestling changed forever as Hulk Hogan betrayed the WCW and formed the New World Order of Wrestling.
Wolfpack for life, baby.
So that happened 23 years ago today. Hulk Hogan betrayed WCW and started the original wars, the Monday Night Wars. So that's
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a today in history news, which is kind of cool. That's really what I got.
Let's take a look real quick at the releases.
Yeah.
So coming out, this is the week of the 7th through the, what is that, the 18th? Yeah, sure. No. 13th. Yeah. 7th through the 13th. The, whatever the fuck that is. No one cares about that. No one cares about that. On July 9th, Senran Kagura Peach Ball comes out on the Switch. Sure, I'll buy it. Can't have too many anime titties in my life. Dr. Mario World comes out on Android and iOS on the 10th.
Which I'm gonna get because I think that'd be fun. I like Dr.
Dragon
Mario.
Quest Builders 2 comes out on the 12th for the Switch and PS4. God Eater 3 comes out on the Switch on the 12th. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the releases.
I guess it's confirmed that Mario Kart for sure coming for a month.
I seen something about the Mario Kart. I don't know if it actually is or not. That'd be pretty awesome if it does.
I don't know if it is.
Well, how reliable is Daily Mail?
I never use it.
Yeah, I've never used it. I've read some stuff on it, but I
Right.
know they're more of like I think they're more of like a tabloids kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, I think they're more of
well-
like a UK tabloids thing.
Interesting. Well, it's possible that's coming out next month. So that's it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Nice, nice, nice. You want to talk about your the topic of how do you decide what to stream? Or do you want to
Walker,
wait?
I'm actually curious about your rebrand.
Okay.
What
So
you're talking about. I'm curious about that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking yesterday. I was playing Apex.
Don't tell me you're going to turn into an Apex streamer.
No. So I don't have my headset connected to my PlayStation, so I can't talk with other people. So it's going rather well. And I think I brought this up before, but in a sense of how people say the name. So I'm talking. Well, they're talking. I get on. They're like, "Hey, it's the captain." They're like, "Oh, awesome. Hey, it's the Geech." I'm like, "It's cool, man. Like, what's up, Capn Geech?" And they were like, Capn Geech, it's awesome. And then someone else was like, "Hey, what's up, Gooch?" So the Gooch is on, man. And I'm like,
The Gooch is on.
Fucking A, dude. 'Cause this happened before. And then literally the whole game, these two guys, they're just like, "Hey, Gooch, come over and get this. Hey, Gooch, come get this. Hey, Gooch, come get that." And then I got down the one time. They're like, "Oh no, my Gooch got hurt. I gotta go get my Gooch." And it was literally like,
They're probably like 16-year-olds.
they sounded like they were older. They basically sounded like they were fuck boys, like the little like the guys who sit there, smoke weed, and hang out.
All right, so they're like 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Who are basically just 16-year-olds.
So I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, dude, this is so annoying. Cause I was like when they started, then they're like, hey, what's up, Captain? Like, yo, what's up, Geech? How's it going, man? Like, what's up? You got a headset, bro? And so I actually was in the process of unplugging my headset from my computer and plugging it into the controller, and then they were like, we got the Gooch on the line. I'm like, nope, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
Not doing that. Not wasting my energy on this.
Because I did that before, where someone was like I could have swore that said Capn Geech, and like all they did was call me Capn Geech the whole time. So I'm like, this is so fucking stupid and annoying. So I actually put my headset in, and then I started I kind of freaked out on them, basically calling like a bunch of fucktards and shit. I rage quit the game. I don't remember I think it was Fortnite or something. I don't remember. It could have been Apex. I think it might have been Apex as well. I don't. But I'm just like, dude, this isn't. This is super annoying because if it's because I've had that happen multiple times, where it's not. Like, everyone's like, does that oh, I thought that said Gooch, and I'm like, okay, well that's not profitable, in the name. So that's why I was thinking of doing some sort of rebrand. I was thinking about it last night. Like, what can I do to? My wife's sitting back here saying, "I told you." She hates the name. She hates the name Capn Geech.
Told you so.
But I was thinking that last night. I was like, so what can I do to kind of rebrand it, to kind of change everything? Because eventually, when I decide to get my ass in gear, I want to start because my Instagram was originally Walker Fit, where that's where I posted all my stuff from getting fit, and that's where I got the majority of my followers. And I don't want to separate my two accounts, but be able to kind of have one account where I can do multiple different things on. I just gotta think of a name.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
But yeah, that's
the
kind of
hardest part.
That's kind of like the thing behind it, is just that I'm not saying that Capn Geech can't be profitable, or you can't market off of that, but at the same time, with especially the underscore too, that hurts it as well. And Nicole said, no, you can't be marketable with that name.
You can't be marketable.
So, but yeah, that's what I was kind of wanted your guys' input to kind of, because I know you, and it's perfect that you're on this, Nate James. Why did you want to go through a rebrand of your name?
Okay, so originally I was Blur97 with 2 U's, BLUUR97. My biggest complaint has always been, and always will be, myself or anyone with numbers in their name. I don't like it. It's just a personal irritation I have. It's a personal thing. If you're gonna use that as your legit, the name, unless it's some clever thing, and obviously if you're on certain social medias, you have to put a number at the end, because most of the time things are get that. But streamers that numbers in their name, I just didn't want that. I wanted one solid number, no spaces, just one name.
Yeah.
So I got tired of that. So I ended up using my first one was STX Phantoma, and then I was like, okay, so I have StrikeX, and if something happens and I do end up not having to do a strike, labeled. So I'm like, all right, I can't have this stuff. So I was like, okay. Well. So then I went Cypher the. I was like, we're gonna rock Cypher the Fox. I'm like, this is really long. And I sat there for days. I'm like, gonna. So then I started thinking of a couple of different YouTubers, Dahi Denoglu, I Am Wildcat, all them. And I'm like, well, I don't want to write something out super long. So the YF stands for your friend Kitsune. That's
there
it.
You go.
And that's where I did it, because I saw I Am. I'm not gonna do I Am Kitsune, because that's obvious ripoff. I just found my own your friend. This I like. It flows. It's easy. And what I was thinking for yours is just maybe it's just because I've known your name, or like you don't even have to have a 15 to like swing it. But like, why not like Capn G 15? Just get rid of the underscore, throw that G right onto it, and then just drop the EECH.
Yeah. There you go. It kind of keeps it. It keeps it the same yet different.
Right. Like you know exactly what it's supposed to be. Everyone else is gonna know you as Capn G.
That's not a bad idea. I like that.
Yeah, like your OG followers that have been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
They'll know. But I mean, like to the new people, it's like, oh hey, who's this guy?
G. That's not bad. I like that. No, yeah, that's why one reason why I wanted to bring it up, because like I said, last night it just really bugged me when they were just like, every other line was like, oh, my gooch is dirty. Oh, look at that gooch over there. Oh, gooch. I'm like, stupid
It sounds like you had the physical representation of this in your chat.
So I'm just like, okay, this is super, super annoying. And like I said, it wasn't the first time this happened, where I've had people like, oh, I could have swore that said gooch. And then they just constantly say gooch. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not my name.
I got you.
Shut up. No, it isn't. Shut up.
Yeah. And yeah, it's petty, but at the same time, it's like, if a couple people think that, like, a lot of people that play that don't have headsets, they're probably like, oh, I had a double look at that. Like, what the fuck? So.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely understandable. But the thing to remember is, like, if you do want to, like, change it, 100% go for it. There's not a single problem with that. But also, those people only have so much power as you let them have.
Yeah. But my biggest thing is making it, I want something that can be a brand. Like.
Yeah.
Nicole's like, well, it's not fucking Capn Geech. She's very vocal on that for a long time, because she wanted me to start a YouTube channel with my son. And I was like, well, I have a YouTube channel. And she's like, no, your fucking YouTube channel is not Capn Geech. And I was like, what? No. I can be Capn Geech? And she was like, no. She's always been very vocal how she hated the name. She's very, very, very much so. But I like the Capn G, though. That's it's short, it's simple. Because at the same time, like, if I ever decide to do, because I've talked about it before, wanting to do like adventure videos here, like, because I have the mountains and I found that cave that I can explore, like, uploading those on Facebook, something that can be profitable. And I feel Capn Geech is a little cartoony, because I've had this name for 12 years, plus I had it from 2000, probably 2008-ish, 2007, because my original name was Smokey McPotts. Was that
that is definitely not profitable.
No,
because I was like, what should I name myself? I'm like, oh, dude, where's my car? Smokey McPotts. I was like, cool, that's a perfect name. I grabbed my older brother, and he was like, he just kind of stood there, wasn't saying anything, and he was like, whose name is that? I was like, oh, that's mine. He was like, Smokey McPotts? I was like, yeah. And he was like, that makes you sound like a super hardcore stoner. I'm like...
Or a wannabe.
That's exactly what he said. And he was like, I was like, son of a bitch. And he was like, I was like, well, it's from Dude, Where's My Car? It's a new movie. It just came out.
This will never not be relevant.
And he was like, yeah, I know, right? I was like, this movie was fucking great. Ashton Kutcher and everything. And he was like...
Man, Ashton Kutcher. Yeah. Man, I can't wait for him to be a superstar. He's only going to ride right to the moon.
And he was like, that is a fucking horrible name. And I'm like, God damn it. And then I came up with Capn Geech. The story behind this is the movie. It's called That Thing You Do. It's actually Tom Hanks directed it, but it's about a band that's actually quote unquote out of Erie, Pennsylvania. And they come out with the song "Doing That Thing You Do." Ooh, it's a really catchy song. It's based like in the 70s or no, like the 50s. And basically it's about the rise and fall of bands, like one-hit wonders. So they get so big, they're in a movie, And in the movie, the guy, the main singer is like, dude, this is fucking stupid. We should be recording. I was like, he's like, we're the Wonders. And the guy's like, no, this is the movie set. We're not the Wonders. We're Capn Geech and the Shrimp Shack Shooters. And so that's where Capn Geech came from.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That was the band's name. The main singer was Capn Geech, and the rest of the bandmates are the Shrimp Shack Shooters. Yeah,
All fucking ready then.
yeah, check out the movie. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's called That Thing You Do, and the band's name was the Wonders. That song actually was so big back when it came out in the '90s. It actually reached the top 40 on the
Really?
actual song charts. So it played on regular radio. Yeah, it wasn't
That's
supposed
funny.
to, but it did. So yeah, Tom Hanks is basically he's the tour manager or whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, that's where Capn Geech came from, and then it ended up sticking. Every once in a while, I'll have someone of my brother's friends or my brother hop on, and he'll ask, "Where are the Shrimp Shack Shooters at?"
Nice.
Very, very few people know the meaning behind that. But yeah, that's where that's from. But at the same time, it's super old, and I don't think it's profitable and can really do much. And
It's
then
very niche.
yeah, and then the whole Gooch thing at the same time kind of, like I said, rubbed me the wrong way the other day. So that's why I wanna rebrand it. But something to talk about and kind of work through it as the time goes on. So because
Yeah.
obviously at the end of the day, we want this to be the thing for us. So, and I want something that's gonna catch on, like People I Hate Studios. That's professional. Yours.
Well-
TF Kitsu, that's like, to me, they're very professional sounding names.
Thank
Well,
you.
I don't think I've ever talked about the origin of the People I Hate brand.
No, I don't think
Before.
I don't even know it.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know.
So I'm in the complete opposite camp of you, Nate.
Okay.
Where you're like, I wanna, you went through a few different things. Me, I've had this fucking name since 5th grade.
Okay.
I wanted to make a YouTube channel. This is back in 2007. I wanted to make a YouTube channel where, and I was an angsty fucking, like, child. And I was going through some shit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to talk about people that I hate. So that's what I'm going to name it. And, yeah, it just kind of stuck.
And it works.
I did it, and then I'm like, well, I'm in too deep now. I'm not going to change it. I'm more fucking lazy than anything.
Well, like, for you, though, it'd be harder because you have like 200 some followers on YouTube, don't you?
Yeah, I got a bigger following on YouTube.
Yeah,
So it'd
and
be
that's
hard
your
to
name.
rebrand.
Yeah, like me, I only have 38 followers on Twitch. I don't have that many. I have like 2 followers on YouTube, which I don't pay attention to. So for me, it's easier to change.
To let you know, just because like the internet is consistently moving, if you go right now, I just did a check, and if you do happen to like Capn G15, it's available.
Okay, thank you. I
Snag
appreciate
that
that,
shit
man.
up.
Yeah, of course. I checked everything, like the full, like all I would have had to do is click accept. But like, yeah, it's fully blown available.
Dude, you fucking accidentally hit accept and now it's taken.
Fuck.
I would have been so mad because that means I wouldn't have my name anymore. I'm proud of my name after not. Okay, so my name back on the PlayStation 3 was one of my favorite names, and I was so mad I couldn't get my PlayStation because the email I had used was an email from when I was like 14,
Yeah.
and it like I think it like deleted itself after not being active for like years.
My X-Play rules at Yahoo did the exact same thing.
And I just lost everything. But it was GSE Skyline. And my GSE Skyline account, I don't know if any of you have ever watched the Green Street Hooligan movies.
Yeah.
Some of the best movies I've ever watched, just because I love the entire football culture in like the UK. And like they're all based around like football gangs and shit like that. Like, don't step over here, you'll get fucked up. Like, real intense about that shit. And the GSE stood for the Green Street Elite, and it was like a whole thing, and I was just loved it. And then Skyline, I don't remember why I used Skyline, but it's sick. But yeah, I was never able to get that again, considering that's still technically in PSN servers, is still locked, so I can't use that either.
Yeah.
So I finally found something that doesn't have any numbers, and Blur, it had to do with me being super into, like, I'm still like overly into the Flash, but I was like, what goes fast? What means fast? Blur. A blur is fast. Let's do it. And then my birthday's 97. That's how that happened.
I like
Sonic is the blue blur, so I mean, you know, he's fast.
The 15 in mine was my football number throughout all of high school, so that's where the 15 came from, and just became my favorite number. Why I use my number for football? Because I literally never played, but hey, why not?
Fair enough.
I was a bench warmer my whole career.
There you go.
I started the bench. It was a good time.
Career bench warmer. It's a respectable job.
I didn't even play the senior night when we were getting destroyed 38-0.
Oh no!
My coach didn't even put me in. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, coach, come on, man.
Yeah, it was abomination. But yeah, so that's kind of like my topic there.
That's
for
interesting. That's very interesting.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about it. So,
Yeah.
What about yours?
So I had actually had someone ask me this question before. This is a while ago. And I figured like now would be a good time since we were planning on having a shorter podcast, but that changed.
Yeah.
That changed. So, and also, I mean, it's kind of perfect with this question with Nate being here, who wants to get into streaming. Like I've had people ask me, he's like, so how do you choose what games you want to either stream or do Let's Plays of?
Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go?
Yeah, you go, Walker.
So for me, I get weird. I guess I don't know if cravings is the right word, but I get like ambitions to like I really want to play this game. Like I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I just really want to. Like when Left 4 Dead 2. Like I really had an inkling to play Left 4 Dead. I don't know why, but I just did. It just happened. Like I really wanted to play it. And I kept bothering you and stuff about it, and you're finally like, fine, let's fucking play it.
Fine.
But I'll have things like that, like for Final Fantasy. Let's take that for example. I played that a long time ago, and I got to Sephiroth. I beat him. Well, I beat part 1 of him. I didn't beat part 2. The game froze.
Oh, rip.
And it erased my file.
Reminds me of RE6 all over again.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. I think it's because I used the Game Shark, so my system basically was like,
do it.
fuck you. Couple, like, 2 year and a half ago, I just had a weird feeling. I'm just like, I want to play Final Fantasy VII. I don't know why, I just do. So that's when I played it, and I beat it plus a lot. Like, I did stuff I never did before. And then when you started talking about it the other day about your playing
got you into it.
I'm like, I'm not going to start over, but there's so much more I can add on to it, like the materia thing. So I'm like, I'm curious about that. So, it didn't work in my favor. I got my ass kicked by the Emerald weapon, but...
You're also like 30 levels under where you should be fighting him, but, you know.
And then when it comes to, like, Fortnite or Apex Legends, like, I suck at Fortnite. I don't really get into it, but I'll randomly like I want to play Fortnite. I want to do the missions. Like so then I'll play Fortnite. But I don't play the game to play the game. I play it to do the missions, which isn't why you're supposed to play the game. But that's the same reason why I've been playing Apex. Like and that's kind of always been my thing. I never have like a set thing, but I always just have these weird feelings. Like I had that with Assassin's Creed. At one point, I really desperately really wanted to play, not desperately, but I really badly wanted to play Super Smash Bros. Because I had a Wii, and somehow we ended up losing our Super Smash Brothers copy.
Oh, no.
So I ended up actually I went and bought one a couple years ago, because I wanted to play it. So that's kind of like where that stems from. Like I just get these weird. I just like have these cravings where I really want to play this game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I decide, is kind of basically what I'm feeling. I know a lot of people kind of stick strictly to one game. Like your Fortnite people, they only do Fortnite. GTA 5, they only do GTA 5.
My problem with that is, well, what if this doesn't become popular anymore? What do you do?
Like,
Yeah.
Fortnite's dying. That's a fact.
Yeah.
It is, but you still have all the big streamers that will still
Look,
only
not
do
even that. Ninja's barely scraping by with. Okay, technically he's doing fantastic, but if you look at his previous numbers from the past 2 years, he's, he's nowhere near it.
No, yeah, they're
And
way down.
Overall viewership has tanked.
Yeah.
It's not competitive anymore. Like, it has dropped a lot.
Yeah, and then GTA 5 and stuff has gone way up. Like, your supervisor right now, he's playing. He only plays GTA 5, but he's got 20 followers, 20 people watching him.
Yeah.
Things like that. Like, I don't have essentially a strict game, and maybe I should, because then I get really good at one game instead of being at multiple games.
But then here comes the thing too. What happens when you get bored of that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, all in all, I mean, do you really want to play a game that you're not interested in?
Yeah, and that's always the hard thing.
And that's the thing, is like, your viewers can see that.
Yeah.
I can tell you from personal experience, like, you know, I started a Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 3 right around the time that came out.
Yeah. And I know you hated it.
Playing it, we did 5 episodes. First 2 episodes are up on YouTube. The other 3 are never getting uploaded. Because, like, episode 3, I'm like, you know, I'm starting to lose interest in it. Episode 4, I'm really losing interest in it. And episode 5 ends with me saying, hey, we're never doing this again. Fuck this game.
Yeah,
just mid-record session. My whole philosophy, and like, because I've been doing the Let's Play game for fucking going on 10 years now.
I think it's been a long while.
Yeah, 10 fucking years almost. And I could tell you, like, one of the things that I really enjoyed doing, and the thing that really kind of got me into it was, hey, this game looks interesting. I've never played it before. Let's just give it a shot. Or, hey, you know, I like this one series. This is similar to it. Let me try this out. Let me play it. I like A and B. I like game A, and game B is like game A, so I might like game B. So let's give it a shot. Let's try something new. Like, that's always been my kind of thing, is like, hey, let's try something different. Or in the case of, like, with Resident Evil 4, it's like, I know this game inside and out. I don't need to be like, ooh, I need to watch everything and, like, you know, keep an eye on the story and that kind of stuff. Which there are times and places for that. But, you know, I can do color commentary on it while I'm playing it and not even bat an eye and only die 30 fucking times. But
that being said, not to cut you off, my apologies.
No, go ahead.
So, like, one of the series that I'm, like, big into is, like, the entire Uncharted series. Uncharted is one of my favorite time. Is it good to actually play a series you're, like, fairly passionate about, or should you more likely be trying things that are similar, or, like, I don't know.
You need to
I
have
feel like there could be downfalls of both.
You need to have a good medium. So, because one of the things, so one thing that I like to do is when I'm, like, you know, doing YouTube. Well, okay, so I guess YouTube and Twitch are 2 completely different beasts.
Yeah.
Right.
And I found this out. So, like, with YouTube, when me and Mitchell record, like, right now, what I want us to do is, like, hey, I've played this game, you haven't. So I can do the color commentary, and then you can just be experiencing the game. Like, he's playing Yakuza 0, which I am very passionate about, and I'm playing Final Fantasy 7, which he's very passionate about. I've never really played Final Fantasy 7, and Mitchell's never even touched a Yakuza game. So with that, I mean, we kind of got the perfect balance. With Twitch, I think it's a little bit better to, well, not only do like stuff that you're passionate about, play games that you know like the back of your hand, but I think the big thing with Twitch is being able to experience these things with viewers live.
Yeah.
Get to experience these things, with other people. So I would say, like, with Twitch, like, you see me, I'm playing, Judgment. I haven't played it, but I know I'm gonna like it. So I get to experience it with the people watching me.
Yeah.
And I would assume, like, with you, if you like the Uncharted games, why not experience things like the Tomb Raider games, the newer Tomb Raider games, or like The Last of Us. I don't know if you played The Last of Us.
I played the first. Yeah, I played the original.
Okay, so I mean, like, I would say, like, experience like the like Rise of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Shadows of the Tomb Raider. I would say, like, because you like the Uncharted games, and they're basically the exact same game, except one has about 85% more boobs in it. But I would say experience that, because it's something comfortable and familiar, but at the same time you're experiencing, you're interacting with people, and you have people, sharing you in this new experience.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is the interaction piece, what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. Or, like, you have people in your chat that, who can help you out through different things.
Yeah.
That's true.
the bigger you get, the more people are going to obviously view you, and they're going to help you out. Like, I was watching a modded Final Fantasy VII thing yesterday, and obviously this guy's played Final Fantasy VII, but then he was like, "Oh, do you do this here?" And he's trying to think, and then his chat, like, answers it for him.
Yeah.
And, like, that's another thing too. Like, if you played the game a bunch of times, maybe do a different, like, a harder difficulty. Like, play through one on expert mode or God of War on God mode or whatever. Like, something stupid hard, even though you can't do it, but it's good content.
Yeah, it is.
So, but yeah, that's the biggest thing. And I've heard other people, streamers and stuff, talk about as well, that even, like, the people who do Fortnite, every once in a while they play a game for them. That
exactly. That's how you got to do it.
The people who play the Fortnites and the GTA 5 and all the games, that's the only game they play it for the viewers. They're not doing it for themselves. And a lot of people can get burned out. And don't get me wrong, like, you'll have people that may not get burned out, but at the same time, every once in a while you want to kind of do your own thing.
Right.
And they will, like, Ninja and stuff. He'll do Final Fantasy 11.
Ninja plays 14.
Yeah, 14 in the Final Fantasy 11 because he loves those games. Like your other big streamers, like Tim the Tapman and stuff like that, they'll have random games, Destiny and stuff like that they play. Because they'll say, like, yeah, I'm doing this one for me. Like, I just need to every once in a while.
Yeah. It's healthy.
Yeah. Instead of just playing the same game over and over and over and over again. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're consistent, you get really, really good at that game. But at the same time, I feel like you can burn yourself out really quick doing that too. So that's what I should like. Go ahead, James.
Okay, one streamer that I really like, Wooly Versus. He has a good philosophy. He will do the games that he will stream. He usually has 3 games on rotation. He has a game for him, a game for the viewers, and then a game for both of them.
Yep.
Okay.
So it keeps everything fresh. It doesn't burn you out, and everyone has a good time.
Yeah, it's always funny. It's always funny watching Ninja stream when he's doing Final Fantasy. You'll get comments, "No Fortnite?" ? Can you play Fortnite? What about Fortnite? And he never responds to it, but it's just funny seeing that. Just because that's, and yeah, people will come to your stream like your home theater supervisor. I guarantee people, if he came to a stream and he's playing something other than GTA, they're gonna be like, "What?" But at the same time, they're gonna watch him. So
yeah,
right.
Obviously, he might not get as many views, but at the same time, you're doing it for your sanity.
No, yeah, absolutely, and like I feel like it's good for the viewers, even if they don't know it's good. because it's like a quick refresh.
Yeah.
Mhm. All in all, with Twitch, people come to the channel to watch you, not
Yep.
necessarily
Right.
watch the game, but to watch the personality playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
How you interact with them, you talk to them, you make jokes, you swear, all that stuff. Like,
Mhm.
so it's a good time. But yeah, like I said, for me, like I'm not structured at all when it comes to playing games. I have an urge to play a game, I fucking play it, regardless
Exactly.
if I'm playing by myself or not. Like for Fortnite, like I know nobody that plays Fortnite, so I literally just sit there and I'll just literally do the missions. I'm like, yeah, I fucking completed this mission, and then I'll get shot in the head and die. I'm like, eh.
Eh.
Like, yeah, I want to do good, but at the same time, I know I'm not going to because I don't know how to build. Which is funny
Ooh.
because of how not often I would play it, but I've played it enough where you would figure I know like basics
and
of how
outs.
to build. No, I'm garbage
Right.
at building. But
No, yeah, I'm mediocre at best at that game.
like I said, some people might have who strictly play a certain game. They may have a different view as to why they only play that game and nothing else. But like I said, for me and James, it's play what you're feeling, and
Mhm.
because and also play like if you can have something that you can play with your friends that you guys can play together, that just adds
Yeah. It's like Uno.
yeah. Uno,
Yes.
obviously we all played Call of Duty and stuff together, so that
Yeah.
games like Call of Duty do get repetitive.
They do.
Um,
That's why I stopped playing it. Really.
yeah. So there's nothing too new when it comes to Call of Duty.
Mm-mm.
The Call of Booty.
Yep. Anyone else have anything they want to throw in their 2 cents in this?
That's all I really got.
100
Personally.
bucks.
All right.
But yeah, no,
So I
I
think-
got nothing else, and that was a very, very, very interactive podcast, I feel.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, that was fun. It was a good time.
So once again, really
Oh.
quick, go ahead, James.
Wait, what's coming up? What's coming out?
For myself, playing a little more Apex. Obviously, I want to beat some of the missions.
I like how you stuttered there. You had to think there for a minute.
I do have that test on Friday, so Thursday, so hopefully that goes well. I am gonna try to. I really kind of want to do a little more Final Fantasy just to kind of see how much more I can advance my characters to see if I can beat those weapons.
You should stream it. Stream it.
Hey,
Do
my
it.
wife, something else. She's like, "Go follow the Gooch." That's my wife just yelled.
It's time. Capn Geech 15. It's time.
It's time.
Oh my jeez. But that's pretty much about it. You can find me at Capn currently tentatively. Well,
Tentatively.
not tentatively. You can find me here, but we'll let you know if it changes. Capn_Geech 15 Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Capn Geech 15 on the gram. James, how about you, sir?
Well, I'm gonna be streaming more Judgment, cause that's fucking fantastic. With Jeff being in town, I'm sure we're going to, I might do some IRL stuff, like just do some videos on my phone
That's fucking
of us
awesome.
just goofing off and stuff. Maybe when we hit up the arcade or something,
Fuck yeah.
we'll I'll record some stuff. We might do some. I will do like a long form video or something.
I like it.
May do some stuff. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, really the only thing is Judgment, and I'm still trying to figure out what the next game I should review is. Still can't decide.
How much more do you have to go in Judgment?
I'm about 13 hours in. Usually it's about a 30-hour game.
Oh,
26 to 30 hours with the Yakuza game. So
It's so hard because you have two really long games you're playing right now. It's kind of hard to fit something else in.
well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like we do it every other week. We record every other week, so I mean, like.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't you
like
do one of
this
those
week,
short
I'm
games you
completely
do? Why don't you do one of those short games you just played? Like then one that was like 90, 89 cents or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, 19 cents. I might actually.
That
Huh,
or
that's interesting.
one of those anime porn games. That might get a lot of
I
reviews.
mean, I could.
That might
I
get
could.
a
I
lot
do
of
have a
views
box.
with the young kids.
I have a box full of Japanese PlayStation 2 games that I can review.
There you
so.
go. That'd be
Who knows?
interesting. Where can we find
Nate,
you? Oh,
Nate,
sorry,
I
go
might
ahead.
enlist you for some help with that. I might call upon you
Yeah.
to give me a hand with some
Not a
writing and
problem.
stuff. Writing
Super
and playing.
down.
Okay, you can find me youtube.com/People8Studios if you want to watch us play Yakuza. And this week, guys, the last episode of Resident Evil 4 comes out on Friday after my goof up episode where there's absolutely no commentary whatsoever. I forgot to hit the commentary button, the record commentary button, while playing it, and I was like, oh, fuck, well, okay. Guess we're not having any audio, we're not having any commentary that. But yeah, Ari finishes on Friday, then we're keep chugging along with Yakuza 0. And then, yeah, Judgment.
Nice.
Judgmental.
Mr. Nathaniel James. How about you? What are you doing? What are your plans for next week?
Well, even though I know probably still SOL for probably another, I'm still gonna try to play some fucking Final Fantasy 15 and make my goddamn character, because like I said, I started Makote and I also started Nelizin. I just want to use my Aura. I can't fucking use my dragon guy. Annoying. And as soon as I can get that playing, I'm gonna be streaming him from like start to wherever. And
there you go.
That's what I want to do with him. Other than that, I'm probably gonna be working on. I think I might start shooting a little bit of in there. Not for like the for reals, but like just to fuck around, just to have some
funsies.
Yeah, for the funsies.
Well, let me know, because I will join you in that.
Absolutely.
Apex. Like I said, I've been playing. I do try to take it serious, but at the same time, I'm doing it for the missions too. So.
The reason I do fuck with that, like those games, like even night ever. Now that's all. Saying them. The reason really, I can, like, I could drop ship, just able to be a 2. Then the Fortnite thing is, I don't play Fortnite for like the battle royale aspect. Say, prop. Yes, they released Prop Hunt. Kind of.
They did release Prop Hunt. Nate.
Like, when I had me and my buddies.
Take your, are you on Wi-Fi or are you on your 4G on your phone?
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I just realized since I'm holding my phone, I was kind of covering
my... Yeah, you were cutting
hard.
So if
that was awful, that was my bad.
Yeah, you were cutting in and out hard there.
Yeah. I was just sitting here. I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't know when he's.
So was that all super bad, or?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was pretty horrible. You were saying how you play Apex, just to have fun. I heard something about a drop ship.
Just to reiterate everything really quickly.
TLDR. Let's go.
Yeah, the super abridged version. Gonna be playing Final Fantasy as soon as it decides to let me. Gonna be streaming Final Fantasy as soon as it decides to let me. Playing Apex for funsies, and there'll be some times I'm playing the game serious. We'll be seeing what happens depending how I'm feeling. Night or Prop Hunt could give a fuck less about like the battle royale aspect of like and shit. I just like to go around and hide angel people because I hide the shit out of them.
I forgot about the Prop Hunt on Fortnite. I haven't played that yet.
It's fun. It's a good time. I'm also probably. Oh, and a question, because you guys have more like experience with streaming. Is it like acceptable to start a stream if like 20% into a game or like 2% into a game?
I mean, I've fucking done it.
I just don't want to start Shadow of War over. Like,
oh yeah,
I do want to.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought you meant like you were already playing it for the day and you just randomly decided to start streaming halfway through your play, like the same day, and I was like, that might be that might throw some things off. But no, if you just randomly start streaming partway through actually playing a game, yeah, that's fine.
Because it says I'm technically not even 2% through the.
Because there's been
Okay,
plenty
that's
instances where I've picked up a game that's that I'm not even close to being I started with the game. I already started it, but I started streaming it afterwards, and it kind of could throw people off. But at the same time, you're not gonna have all the same people watch every single stream, so they have no idea where you started and left off at.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah, they have no idea. Yep, they got no clue.
That makes sense.
And so from everybody at the Level Unlock podcast, make sure you follow us. You email us, you love us, you like us, levelunlockpodcast@gmail.com. Issues, questions, complaints. You want to tell us how we're the best podcast in the world.
Creepy love letters.
Exactly. DPs. Whatever you want to send us, feel free. You can find every episode of the Level Unlock podcast at levelunlockpodcast.podbean.com or anywhere audio podcasts are available, as well as youtube.com, which I just found out that our podcast automatically updates the audio-only version to YouTube.
Yep, it does.
Which is kind of cool.
I could have told you that.
I have most of the video versions are on YouTube. I gotta finish uploading the rest of them. It just fucking takes like 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
Beauteous. And from everyone here, the Level Unlocked Podcast Nation, what were we saying?
The lock pickers.
The lock pickers, the lock pick nation. Thank you for listening. 345 strong. We will see you all next Sunday. Thank you.
Adios.
Dun.